What is up, everybody?
What's up, guys?
I'm Brian Burns. That's Bill Thompson. For those of you who don't know, and I don't know how that sounded because we've never done that before, but that was
A couple of first timers over here.
that was the Heart Foundation music in tribute to Jim the Neidhart Anvil's passing away today. Quite unfortunate. Hey, Saki the Sock Puppet, my man.
Jesus.
My favorite guy.
At least something cheers Brian up. Brian's a little salty tonight.
I legitimately, I went to Saki's page the other day on YouTube, and I watched some of his videos. He's actually pretty darn good, man. He's funny. So, Saki, I actually checked out your page the other day, man. Good stuff. Keep it up. But yeah, that's the biggest news of the day.
Yeah, it's been all over the place.
Bill, this is more your speed. Obviously, I know of him, but I can't say I've seen a Neidhart match. I don't really know.
I can't give up too much information because Aaron's half right. They are not necessarily trivia questions tonight about Jim the Anvil Neidhart, but definitely the Hearts in general. For you guys that have followed, every week somebody asks us who our favorite wrestlers are, past and present, and every week I say Bret Hart. So
Mine changes.
So it sucks. Jim the Anvil Neidhart wasn't some big technician type dude. He was the big brute in a tag team, and that was his deal. Came up in Stampede Wrestling with Stu Hart. Ended up marrying one of the Hart daughters. They had 12 children. That's how he got into WWF with Bret. It's you never really heard. I know he had some drug abuse problems. Went in and out. Rehab a couple of times, but you never heard really a bad word about him being mean to somebody or anything like that. So, it's a big loss, obviously. It's Natalia's dad, and that you got to feel for her regardless of what your feelings about her are.
I actually had a question for you. When I was driving home today. Why didn't Neidhart ever get like a singles push? He seems like a Vince guy, like his build. But maybe he did, and I'm just naive.
From what I've seen from watching documentaries and listening to podcasts and stuff like that, is that Neidhart really stayed around in the WWE because of Stu Hart. Stu kind of pushed it. Stu wanted him in there, but he had a little bit of like. When he first came back, before they linked him up back with Owen, when Owen had the heel turn and all that stuff, he had a little bit of a run, but it wasn't like he was going to win a title. So I don't really have an answer.
Did he ever have a singles title?
No, he did not.
Okay. 2-time WWF Tag Team Champion.
He is. Remember that.
I know that because I wrote about it on thevoiceofwrestling.net. Make sure you check it out. Actually, guys, while you're watching, definitely check out voiceofwrestling.net. We got a bunch of news up today. A bunch of news up over the weekend. So definitely make sure you're checking it out. We had a conference call yesterday for the Voice of Wrestling. Makes it sound more official.
Yeah, it is.
It does make it sound
very
official.
big deal.
And we got some big stuff on the way. So we're pretty excited about it. So looking forward to Raw. But yeah, you haven't told them the theme yet, have you?
Yeah, the theme is going to be the Heart Foundation.
Aaron, you're not getting one right this week.
Not a chance, buddy, and that was planned. These questions are all basically around names that you should know. And the final question, as always, is a number. So there'll be 3 questions to get in to fight. To not fight, but to face Chris in the championship. So it'll be a fatal 4-way.
Are you asking, or
no? It'll be a fatal 4-way.
That's
what I was saying.
Both Mrs. McMahon and Kane are currently active in politics. A little random, but they are. Yeah, I mean, Linda even ran for Senate in New York.
Should have won. What are you looking, buddy? All right, here we go. Getting ready to start on Raw.
Sorry, on this piece of like plastic or something.
Yeah, it's probably a piece of Kevin's badge.
Todd, get away from me, bud. Back up. Watching him with my bagel, my pizza bites.
Watching.
Piece of rolls now?
Oh, Ronda Rousey's starting it out.
It says it on the fucking back.
My man doesn't even get like a in memory of 10 count, nothing.
They're clearly going to run some sort of package, but I would have thought he would have been worthy of
starting the show.
The whole roster out. I'm surprised by that, especially considering like Natalia's still in the company.
Yeah, and obviously a big part of his life and her life, based on Total Divas, which they plug every week.
I don't know. Maybe. All I'm going to say is if there's one bullshit filler segment during this fucking, so the only excuse you can use.
We can talk about this now.
Oh yeah, we can. So, actually, let's still do the test, guys. Who's on the commentary team right now? There's one new person on the commentary team. We're just curious how many of you are actually watching Raw. So, we thought about this.
You answer while we listen to Ronda speak.
All right, I ate my pizza roll. What's it called, right?
It's me, buddy.
Not right. I got fucking know that.
Well, I wanted to.
No. Me.
They actually are watching. Good guys. Good job, guys.
Where's your hair?
Why does she look like she's gonna cry?
Today,
Because she's Natalia's best friend.
his father,
Okay.
Jim the Anvil Neidhart, passed away.
This is a big responsibility to
That's a
hand to her.
huge responsibility for her.
Any loss is heartbreaking, but to lose a father,
Oh my god, they're gonna use this to get heat for Alexa Bliss.
Is Alexa Bliss going to come out during this?
Oh my god.
That'll get heat right here on this.
I don't want to be here next to this guy if that happens.
But when that reassurance is ripped away,
By the way, he
we
ate
have
that
to
whole thing.
face the fact that our fathers have been raising us to be the pillars of strength our families need when they're gone.
Guys, we're gonna be quiet during this segment. Just so you guys know, we'll give our reaction after.
Stay strong, Natalia Neidhart.
Aaron, I'll respond to you in a second, bud. Just give me a
We
minute.
all love you.
Do you think they let her use her last name moving forward?
If she pushes. That's pretty fucking cool.
You know, Natty was the first person here to welcome me in the door. And I will be the first to defend her in her absence. Alexa Bliss cheated to beat Natalia time and
Jesus.
time again. But this Sunday at SummerSlam, I'm going to beat
What?
Alexa
I thought,
to become your
as
new
long as
Raw
Alexa doesn't come
champion.
out and like say anything,
Well, the transition.
then I'm somewhat okay with
It
it.
was a decent transition.
Transition.
She's
I'm
not
sure.
the
I'm
best.
sure Natty wrote off one. If not,
Speaking
I
of
don't
beating
think so.
Alexa, please welcome the superstar that's going to be doing that right now, the Sheenom Ember Moon.
Ronda did a pretty damn good job.
She did. She did do a good job. I think it's an awkward way to give an honor to start a match. I haven't really seen that. But it's different because there's somebody still in the company. So it's not like when Bruno died, let's do this. Vader died, let's do this.
Roman's brother died when he was in the company. They didn't do anything.
I didn't even know that happened.
Yeah, his brother was Rosie. He was part of 3 Minute Warning,
Yeah,
and then he was
I know who
tag
Rosie is.
team.
I didn't know it was his brother though.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad. And I don't blame them really for tying it in. I mean, we'll go through tonight how the Hearts were. They understood wrestling. Like they get it to.
Or he wouldn't
It's a
be
business
mad
it's a
about
show.
it.
No, it's not like he'd be.
Well, like I said, to me, I still think I love being sad when it happens because someone's
she's
dead.
got a mic. Uh-oh.
But I love when they do the 10 count with the bell. Like, that's a really cool tradition. What the fuck is on Alicia Fox's head?
Okay, Rhonda.
It's a
Yeah.
Jesus.
Make all the friends you want. That is great. I fully support that because you're gonna need them. Because your good times are about to come to an end.
Why is Mickey James not with Alexa Bliss
You know,
anymore?
I am
probably
sick
home with
and
her
tired
kids.
of
I think
all
she's
the
injured.
people out here, the ones that you actually kiss up to week after week after week. Because
Hey, Frank. Sorry, guys, but we haven't been responding. We've just been.
Sorry, we were locked in on the Rhonda thing. Our bad.
Yeah, no problem, Saki. Keep up the good work, man. Saki, he actually had a cool video.
What's up, Frank?
So Saki went to like a Comic Con or something like that, and the guy who does the voice of SpongeBob was there, and so Saki had the guy, I don't know his name. He had the sock puppet talking to the guy doing SpongeBob's voice, and he was like doing the SpongeBob voice, and they were like going back and forth. And I was like, he was like, yeah, check out Saki the Sock Puppet channel and everything. It was pretty cool. It was a good pull for him.
Good bit.
Love you too, Aaron. Ali Nation, what's up, man? Welcome back, all the way from Saudi Arabia, I think. No,
It's over there.
Somewhere in there. That might have been a little stereotypy of me. Sorry about that.
I'm sick and tired of hearing about you. I am sick and tired of seeing that dumb look on your face you make week after week after week when you come out here. Yeah, Rhonda, I can do it too.
How about chicks starting off? Sorry, women
And I'm also
Good
sick
save.
starting
and
off
tired of Kurt
Raw
Angle
better
on
than
your
Roman
face.
Reigns.
Every single person except his women's
Who's
champion.
Tom Kenny?
Yeah. He'll kick Roman Reigns out of the building to protect his Universal Championship match.
is the name of the guy that SpongeBob.
But
okay.
he'll let you sit out here ringside during a match with Emperor because, you know, you attack people, you break the rules, and you've been suspended because, you know, that's fine.
I love that Alexa Bliss just points out like obvious flaws in storylines on the WWE television. She's like,
No, ma'am. So I've spoken to the only authority figure around here who knows what he's doing and is actually fair.
Oh god.
Constable Baron Corbin.
Mixed tag. Mixed tag. It's the only time I've ever cheered for that.
Warrior's not coming back, Aaron.
I hired my own personal security. Boys,
See, like this is a part where I would have loved it if it was Braun Strowman. Even though I know he's a babyface right now,
Yeah, but
I just love
they're,
it. I like.
they're not
the-
going to tie in. The Facebook thing was all to get. Like, I understand people loved it.
No. They've done it recently. Like,
the shit out of all four of those guys.
Oh yeah.
like at like before Money in the Bank.
One of
They
those
had all
guys,
the
two of those guys want to be Braun Strowman.
So before Money in the Bank, they had like all the men and all the women in the ring, and they were like, "Who do you think's gonna win the Raw Women's Championship?" And Braun was like, "I think it's gonna be my mixed tag team
Yeah.
partner." And then Alexa
It was
said
before
about
Money in the
Braun,
Bank.
and they both won.
Of course, those two would be friends.
It was a good bit.
Corbin, come on.
Listen, is there any,
That's what
any weight to the argument of Alexa Bliss and Kurt Angle protects everyone in WWE besides Bliss?
Sure, there could be a little bit of weight there. I think Kurt Angle can definitely.
Why what, Aaron? I don't know what you're referring to.
Why is the Warrior not coming back?
Because he's dead.
And of course, at SummerSlam, Ronda Rousey looks to pick up her first championship in
Sorry to break the news to you.
I cannot wait to
Didn't want to be the first ones.
Leading up to tonight, all the way to SummerSlam, she is doing some damage.
Alright, am I the only one who thinks this ref looks like Teddy Long and it freaks me out every week?
I don't think he looks like Teddy Long.
God, nothing? You don't think that guy looks like a young Teddy Long?
Which guy?
The ref.
No. Now you're just saying all black people look the same.
That's not what I said.
Oh, come on, Bill.
I definitely registered on the mic. Damn right, Aaron.
Can Ronda learn another move besides the hip toss? Like that's her. That guy sold that.
What is Alicia Fox gonna do?
No, she got her ass kicked last week. So I guess we're not getting a match.
No match. They announced a match.
Okay, no, it's after the commercial. All right, so you're the Hart Foundation, Mark. What did you think of that as a tribute to Neidhart?
I have two thoughts. One is that I think it was done well because Natalia's still in the company and Natalia's not there. And if they're really going to honor him in a wrestling way with the 10 count or everybody like the montage thing at the beginning, it would have been better if she was there. Obviously, she's not. She's clearly with her family. So for short notice, because this happened today, I think they did a pretty good job. My second thought is I don't really have a problem with them tying in the SummerSlam match. The Harts are a wrestling family. They get it. They know it's a it's a show. It's a business. You gotta promote things like that. So, I don't really have a problem with it. Now, had Alexa Bliss come out and started bashing Natalya, yeah, I would have had a problem with that. But overall, with what happened, if we're ranking it, 8 out of 10. I thought it was good. I thought Ronda delivered it very well.
So she can actually act. Go see your new movie, Mile 22. Kind of like that.
I didn't like her in Fast and whatever number it was.
She barely was in there. She was really bad.
That was 6.
Yeah. No, that was the one Paul Walker's last one. It was 7.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were in Saudi Arabia.
And they jumped the thing.
Yeah, it was 7.
I didn't think
Ollie, we're at a commercial break right now, but the match is Alexa Bliss versus Ember Moon. It was supposed to be Alexa Bliss versus Natalya, but obviously Natalya's not there today, so they changed it to this.
What are your thoughts? Not being the hard expert.
I still like the 10 bell salute. I just think it's classy. I think it's like something that wrestling has. I thought it was a pretty gutsy decision, ballsy decision to have someone who's not very good on the mic come out and deliver that.
I agree with you on somebody not so good on the mic go out and deliver it, and it sucks. If you're doing individual and you take the family out of it, I don't know if he doesn't just get. I know Vader was in a bad way with WWE, and Jim obviously wasn't. He's not Eddie Guerrero.
He's not in the Hall.
He's not. No. Now Brett has been petitioning to get them two in there.
Well, they should put the Hart Foundation in.
But
and maybe that's how you get Owen in, by saying just saying screw you to his wife that doesn't want him in.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, screw it, we're gonna put the Hart Foundation in. Owen's part of the Hart Foundation.
Yeah.
And that's how you get it in. Aaron, you don't tell us what to do. When is that ever?
Actually, Aaron, that's a good point. Let's find out. Oh, sorry.
Hey,
Match is back.
Do you want to go to Jason Worth Appreciation Night at Nats Park?
No, I do not. Not even a little bit.
Sure.
Is this kid going to be there? Because he sucks.
All right, so we're back from commercial break here. We got Alexa and Ember Moon in the ring. I don't understand. Bliss has been wrestling in a t-shirt, I feel like, ever since she got the boob job.
It takes a while. Remember, The Rock wrestled in button-up shirts for 6 months when he got his boob job, essentially.
I don't know what you're referring to.
So The Rock had his pecs done. Not to where they are now. He got it done because apparently the way he was naturally is, he could only get him so cut up. So
but I don't understand. The t-shirt's not protecting anything.
It was to hide it, man. She doesn't want to be some big-breasted out there.
Why would you get a boob job?
Maybe she wants to feel more natural because she always had smaller breasts. She wants to feel more like a woman. Doesn't mean she has to show them off to you.
I'm not even. Her ring gear doesn't really show them off.
It's because you've never seen her with them having them.
No, I have. She's wrestled. I think pay-per-view. She doesn't wrestle with a t-shirt.
Well, you got to pay for that.
I don't anymore. Actually, I don't know who one of you pays for the network. But... Bill, you look like Hamish.
Jesus.
Um,
What a dick.
I don't. Heyman?
He was a nothing.
That thing?
Huh?
He was in that thing?
He was a nothing. Big giant guy who came around every once in a while. Kind of like a Snitsky.
Do you think there is going to be any surprise returns on Sunday? Yeah, Dean Ambrose if he doesn't return tonight.
Yeah, he's definitely coming back. But would that be a surprise if he doesn't return tonight?
Yeah, I mean, it's still a surprise. To me, at this point, there's really no surprises at very few times. Like Kenny Omega's not going to show up at SummerSlam. So, I mean, surprises to me is just, it's not announced. But outside of that, I mean, maybe Cena decides to show up. Maybe Taker shows up. I doubt Taker does because I don't know why he would. Yeah, I would say if I had to bet on a true surprise return, I'd say Cena just shows up. I
I'd
don't
probably
know.
agree with that.
What did you say was a surprise return?
If he had to say, like, one actual surprise.
Like, not Dean Ambrose because, like, it's not really that big a surprise at this point. I would say Cena.
I think a huge surprise would be.
You can't do that with this guy. Come on. See, I'm not being mean to Bill right now. Oh, by the way, what is the anvil? What's an anvil?
He won, like, a national championship in, like, anvil throwing. It's an event, like, in track. An anvil is what, like, fell on the coyote. That's what you should think of an anvil. But there's an actual, like, you spin around anvil toss type deal that was like a track event back in his day.
Matthew, I could see that. I don't want it.
Oh, nice drop kick at the midsection. Alexa Bliss is
Aaron, you can leave. I mean, you can leave whenever you want to.
Berger mentioned earlier. Believes Rousey's overrated and overhyped rookie. A spoiled brat, but a step up in Seguri by Moon and Bliss.
Oh, Aaron, you can talk a lot of shit. Don't mess with the Hart family with this guy. Bill tried to fight me one night. He looked me dead in the eye and said, "If you say one more thing, I'm going to beat the shit out of you."
Really not a lie.
And then I said one more thing, and well, I woke up a week later. That's why I missed one of those streams, guys. I didn't pay attention to that match at all.
It's not over.
I know. That's all I know. Is that
Well, because they did all the big, like, now it's just you're waiting for Alexa and Rousey to get into it.
Well, there's no way Alexa loses.
Ember was starting to get on a roll, and then Alexa has just come back. So she should be in control as you come out of the break.
Ollie, the first match is still going on. We're on a commercial break right now, but it's Ember Moon versus Alexa Bliss, non-title. Brian or Aaron, I'm not the one who needs to forget. You need to ask for forgiveness. I don't really have an opinion on the Hearts. I wasn't watching at the time. I'm aware that they're very good, but one of us is
They were very good.
One of them still is.
He's
He's the best who is, the best who was, and the best who
not
will
doing
be.
anything.
He's doing all kinds of stuff. He's got his own beer.
Anyways,
I'll get a visa. We'll go, or not a visa, passport. We'll go to Canada.
Bill's the one you need to ask for forgiveness for, and sure, you're still my boy, Aaron. Calm
And
down.
it's a little too soon, so you're not going to get it. You can ask later.
I want to do a question next commercial break. Say around 8:30.
Yeah, next commercial break, we'll do a question.
Just so you guys know, Bill did all the questions, and I have very little faith in all of you.
I literally tried to make these as easy as possible.
You could have made it
And
easier.
if you don't, how?
How do you spell Brett?
No. How do you spell
No,
it?
because they would put two T's.
How do you spell heart the way they spelled it? They'd still spell it wrong. If you don't get these, I have already petitioned By petitioned, I mean I bitched to Bryant to suspend the VOW championship for a week.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen.
Because it's getting close to the end of the month. You know what happens at the end of the month? This guy leads off, and it's going to get suspended, whether you guys want it to or not.
That's not true. Last day of the month is on Friday.
So crank up your Googles.
It's not going to happen this month. It's not. I've already looked at it. I mean,
I'll make it happen.
the VOW championship will not be suspended. We suspended it a couple weeks ago because fucking no one was here.
Well, that's because you were doing it.
No, you were here.
I don't know that.
That's because you were probably fucking blacked out drunk.
I don't remember.
Yeah, all right. Bill's got his match of the week.
It is also Heart Foundation themed. And I watched the match today. I remember watching it as a kid, but I wanted to remember everything. So I sparked that bad boy up today. It's going to be one you guys have probably never seen, but you should definitely go watch. Even watching it back with no context, it's pretty good for the era it was in.
All right, so we're coming back from a commercial break here. Ember Moon just went for a pin attempt. Alexa kicked out right after 2. Ooh. That was a moonsault knee thing?
Moonfault? Yeah. Not moonfault, moonsault.
If it wasn't a moonfault.
Not a moonfault. She did that on purpose. It's going to be a long 2.5 hours.
We got it. I gotta say, it's pretty impressive that whatever the hell is on Alicia Fox's head is still on.
Is she like a Greek god? I don't get it.
Poison ivy?
Kinda
Also,
like
I'm pretty
frog.
sure the flower was on the other side of her head when she first came out. Oh, no, wait, there's 2 flowers. Never mind.
Remember, it came off and Rousey threw it on her during the opening speech.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know what?
way to energize the crowd,
You know
Rhonda.
what Ronda Rousey and I have in common? You want to know? She wears Lululemon pants to work, and so do I.
I thought Lululemon wore women's pants.
They're not. There's a whole men's line. They're the most comfortable khakis I've ever worn in my entire life. I feel like sweatpants. Am I lying, Kev? Do I not wear Lululemons every day?
It does.
I have black, gray, and tan.
Aaron has a question for you, God.
What, Aaron?
Have you heard of the song I Can Only Imagine?
There's a movie about it.
No, I haven't, Aaron.
He is not.
Why?
You'd like to
Why
know
are you
why.
wasting my time with this stupid question? Please explain yourself.
God's in a feisty mood tonight, guys.
Just
No, Aaron, we're not ignoring you. Sometimes we're just fucking talking. It's kind
Is that okay?
It's kind of the point of this show is for us to talk. And you react to what we talk about. Or react to what's on Raw, of course.
Yeah, I can almost promise God's not going to pray for you, Aaron.
God's an atheist.
You pray to him.
It's kind of an oxymoron, but I've never been a big fan of that when they go like 6 pin attempts in like 5 seconds.
I like it when it starts a match.
Oh, she did not just do that.
What?
she kind of threw it on the ground.
Oh, she did not just do that.
Yes, she did.
What are you, in fucking 3rd grade?
The little girls love it.
Alexa Bliss blew a kiss to Ronda Rousey. She caught it, threw it on the ground, and stomped on it. Jesus.
The little girls love it, man.
Listen, the future champ is in the ring.
Alexa, I agree.
You don't think Ember Nova going to run?
I mean, she'll get a run. But
Well, I mean, I'm really excited for the actual future long-term champ will fight tonight. She made a return last week.
Ruby Riott,
Yeah.
I don't know that Ruby Riott will ever get a run. I don't think that she. I think she should. But if there has ever been a girl that does not look like Vince's type,
CM Punk didn't look like Vince's type.
it's a different scenario.
How? Name me another one that looked like CM Punk.
They're not going to give Ruby Wright a microphone and say, air your grievances. That's what got Punk over.
He already had a title then.
He had 2 title runs, but I mean, like, not.
Yeah, but then so he had already won a title.
But
They didn't give it to him the
different
first title.
But there was 2 titles on the same show at that point. You had the WWE Championship. And
You're
the World
saying
Heavyweight
one's a
Championship.
woman, one's a man. That's what you're saying.
No, I'm saying Vince has a type. No way she gets the pin here. Like, Alicia fucking boxed the shit out of that. She just.
Well, we have to say it there.
Nobody kicks out of that. It's like the Dirty Deeds hashtag foreshadowing.
Fox touched her.
That's why she does the hip toss.
Why?
Because when she actually does it, it's with the arm.
I just remembered Renee Young was on commentary. I think that's like the first thing she said.
No, she's been speaking the entire time.
Has she?
Yeah, considering you haven't paid attention to the match, like you said earlier, how would you know she's speaking?
I'm still. I'm not completely not paying attention, God. I don't like that I'm referring to you as God now. I feel like it's gonna be like a Wednesday afternoon. Like, hey, God. All right, let's check out back up in the chat here. Movie I can only imagine. Where is everybody from? Milo Frank, our current champion, Chris. Frank was here, Ollie. I don't know where Frank's been.
Frank only pops around for the questions.
Speaking of questions, we got a question coming up.
We do.
As soon as we go to commercial in 2 seconds. Do we get a new tag team champion tonight?
If we do, then that's the other match that's on the pre-show.
I hope we do. I hope it's the revival.
Jesus.
What? Yeah.
Push your mouth and blow it the other direction. It's not that hard.
I thought I did. It was like a second ago. My bad.
There's a lot of pepperoni in those bites. Stop. We're not doing this right.
Come on, dude.
Hey, you want to shake my hand?
I don't.
You want to shake my
I
hand?
don't want to shake your hand.
What, you gonna big league me? You gonna big league
I don't want to shake your hand.
Do I gotta tell Vince and Stephanie?
Get that
Triple
thing
H about
away
you
from
speaking?
me. Get it away from me.
We're trying to do trivia questions here. Jesus.
Sorry, Randy Orton walked in.
David, actually a report came out. I'll do my news segment later, but I'll go ahead and touch on it now since you asked. A report came out that Jason Gordon's injury is a lot worse than they thought it was.
I've been saying this for months. Burns has not been agreeing with me.
I go to my sites, you go to yours. My sites were wrong, obviously.
Yeah, I have my own sites. I'm God. I go to the truth.
Why are you encouraging him? He's just trying to make you shake his hand.
Because we talked
his
about
god
this.
dick.
We talked about this the other day. That's why I asked why you guys.
The script for Raw got leaked. Well, don't spoil anything, please. That'd be unnecessary.
Yeah, because it's not unpredictable anyway. So don't spoil anything.
All right, so Bill's gonna do the trivia question.
All right, so the topic for tonight is the Heart Foundation. All right, not necessarily. Actually, it's the Hearts in general. So yeah, it's all of them.
That's pretty much all
But
our foundation.
it's not just Jim the Anvil Neidhart. So don't think that. So if you guys remember in the late '90s, when Brett had his last run, it was the New Heart Foundation. It was a faction. Because there were all kinds of factions. They rivaled with DX, all kinds of stuff. So what I want you guys to do is name me one member, one, of that faction that is not Bret Hart or Owen Hart. Just one.
What? What are you slapping
I
my
want
leg
you to
for?
pay attention.
Pillman? No.
Yeah, he is.
He is? Oh,
Yeah.
well, we'll see.
David, you got it. Brian Pillman is a part of the Heart Foundation.
That's right, baby.
Brian Pillman was not a Heart. He wasn't married in. He wasn't a son or anything like that. But Brian Pillman trained in the dungeon of Stu Hart, and he was basically the 13th kid of their family. He was Canadian, wrestled in Stampede Wrestling, and they put him in the Heart Foundation. Tragically, he passed away during the Heart Foundation run. So that'll be David. Will be in the Fatal 4-Way.
Yeah, pen it right down.
They're 1 for 1. No, I don't.
God, 80. There's a pen over here, though. Catch.
Hold on, trust me.
Doesn't matter at this point.
You guys are so funny.
You could have at least waited till I did my news segment.
Nope.
But would you want to do? Do you want me to do my news segment first this week, or would you like to do Bill's match of the week first this week?
Kevin, when are you going to get beers?
I probably have to get beer to stay away.
Okay.
All right, Aaron.
I'll do my match too.
Miss you.
Oh, Michael Colsby!
Corey Graves looking great as always.
You know what? Look at Renee Young with those roses.
I don't think they're roses.
They're just splotches. They're like paint splotches.
Yeah.
She in the Riot Squad? Is that what's going on tonight?
Well, maybe Renee Young is back as on the commentary team just because she's going to come out with her man. She's going to be like, hold my mic, guys.
Actually, God already made a prediction on this. They somehow get a mic. You know how Cena, you can always hear him when he speaks and he comes out? He's like, oh, here we go. And
So
he
after
does his thing.
So after Ambrose interrupts,
I don't understand what you're
When he
talking
comes out, the camera gets in his face and you can hear
about. Oh,
him.
yeah.
What they're going to do at Ambrose, he's just going to look over and go, what's up, babe? And then,
I feel like he wouldn't call her babe. He'd be like, what's up? Sweet mama. Or something like that. Like, Dean Ambrose isn't just going to be like, what's up, babe?
oh, I love Raw reviews.
Well, there was a time, like a couple of years ago, where it was heavily rumored that Renee Young was going to be like a permanent member of the Raw announce team. Like, Stephanie was really pushing for it. Because Renee's good. Like, she's one of the people who, like, pretty much consistently every week is really good on television.
This is going to not.
she used to host like 2 of her own shows.
Yeah. This is going to sound way worse than I want it to. I would have to not be doing this to pay attention. Jesus Christ, man. It's really not that hard. You just booped to get. You burped to. Jesus.
You booped?
That's what's. I can't tell if it's a burp or he
He
booped.
bet he booped
It's
right in your
so
face.
bad.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, I'd have to not be doing this to pay attention to what Renee Young on Raw, like in this environment. You know what I mean? She's awesome on the pre-show. She's the best part of the pre-shows.
Yeah.
Not the curly-haired guy. God.
Sam Roberts.
God, he's the worst.
What about Booker T?
I did. It's a very emotionally distraught
He does the same thing there that he does.
He's got his shtick. He sticks to it.
It's the only shtick he's ever had, other than the ones in WCW that we can't really talk about.
Brock Lesnar or Roman Reigns championship.
For 16 years, I think through every up and down that he has accomplished and that he has suffered, and I've seen Brock Lesnar.
Did you notice the coach on Madden this year?
I did.
Yeah. I don't know why.
I mean, I fast-forwarded through it quick.
Well, you need
Kinda
a
like-
coach. Playing Madden.
He doesn't. I do.
With a coach.
No, they tried that with Madden. Remember that?
Oh, the coach
By
mode?
oh, God, it was awful.
It was the dumbest thing ever.
I played for about an hour and a half, and I took it back.
Well, right here, you gotta run the ball around the turkey because the turducken's in the way.
You want to buy the headset? No, in no way do I want to buy the. You bought the headset.
I never, no.
The
I
best
never even
part is
played
you
the
put
game.
the headset on and it's Pat Summerall talking to you.
Wait, you were just going to say something, unless what? Well, unless what, though? Unless Roman Reigns says what?
God brought up a good question. How many takes do you think that took?
I asked that question.
Was that you?
No, but I told you to ask that question because I'm God. Like,
My bad.
there's no.
I've
free
been with
will.
them all day.
There's no free will.
All I can say is that Paul Heyman
I thought you went to work today.
I did until like noon.
Can't tell you, but you guys
I thought you did put in like 7 hours.
That's what I wrote down. Nobody cares.
Hi, Todd.
It's public education.
Hey, Aaron, welcome back. Glad to see you back.
Big dog. Oh, he's here? Ah.
Rush.
Can you get a chair closer to the mic?
I can't believe
Oh,
I
same
don't
best.
appreciate you going over my head to Stephanie like this. Well, that's too bad. She approved the matches I suggested, so I don't need your permission. I just need to go to the ring.
Woo!
Finn Balor versus Baron Corbin is official for SummerSlam, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, he looks like Hunter in like 2003.
No. Like if
He's
Hunter
got the
did,
same hairdo.
he looks like Hunter if he didn't eat in 2002 and then he came back
Same
in
hairdo.
2003.
Seth had a PR tour.
It's Jericho.
He had some trouble.
It was Michaels.
He will be
Now
here
he's
tonight.
Jericho.
No, he has the same hairstyle as Triple H did in like 2003.
You two
I'll look it up.
someplace else.
Hi, buddy.
Who is Kiki? What are you fucking talking about?
Him and Coco. Coco beware.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first from Kansas City, weighing 285 pounds. Constable Barry.
Maybe it was like,
I want to remind everyone that SummerSlam weekend actually starts Saturday night.
God, it's such a good entrance music.
Exclusively on the WWE Network. It's NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4. Limited tickets are still available. Here's the champion, Tommaso Ciampa, defend the title against Johnny Gargano. This personal rivalry enters another chapter in a last man standing match.
that's what's gonna be the best thing about the weekend.
Anticipation of their match this Sunday.
I doubt he's the demon. Yeah, Aaron, I like you. I doubt he's the demon for Baron Corbin match. I don't see how that's going to be a thing. This is the closest I can find. That's it.
I know. I was watching that. I get what you're saying. It's the same hairdo, but I like either ponytail or wet curly hair Dickler, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I know what you're referring to. You're the Finn Balor, Mark.
What's the question?
The last one.
No, he's not going to be the demon. Unless he comes out and Baron Corbin does some slapdick kind of promo where he's like, oh, you know, I've done this and that. And then Finn comes out and he goes, you brought out the demon in me. No. Like, it doesn't make any sense for him just to randomly show up as the demon.
Oh, they'd be random because it's SummerSlam.
Well, it hasn't been random, but like normally, like the last time that Bray Wyatt did it.
Yeah, but if you go back to NXT, he wasn't like.
I understand that. I'm talking about do we need to have a whole conversation about how things they do in NXT don't translate over all the time?
No, I'm well aware, but I'm just saying there's a precedent.
The way they've done it since he's been on the main roster is you've brought the demon out. So here's I don't know. I would love it. I love the demon. I understand. I don't think you should do it every week. I know it's like a alter ego type deal, but no, I don't think that the demon's coming out at SummerSlam. I got too excited at WrestleMania and it didn't happen, so.
Why would it be great if the Boogeyman returned to SummerSlam, Ollie? You gotta explain that one to me.
He's still on contract.
I never got the Boogeyman thing. Aaron, you don't have any spoilers. There it is. SmackDown 1000. Tickets are at $20. Hall of Famers, legends. Ooh, the Undertaker's going to be there.
I'll give you $60.
We could try that.
Undertaker's there.
Ooh, WWE Championship match.
That's probably the.
This is local. Miz, Jeff Hardy versus. Oh my God, they just.
No, that's the WWE Championship match is going to probably be the dark match.
That's fine, but still, you had Miz, Daniel Bryan, you had Jeff Hardy, Randy Orton. So we got a little bit of spoilers here, guys. I don't think this
people
was
on SmackDown are going to be on SmackDown that night.
a WWE Championship match, a SummerSlam main event match, and Jeff Hardy and Randy Orton are 3 big matches. And AJ Styles was still champion, which all those are subject to change. But yeah, that's big news. And Undertaker's going to be there. Jeez. Can you handle this for a second? I got to tweet that. I got 10 send them a message that they write that up.
Yeah. So for those of you that don't know, we live in the Washington D.C. metro area. So that's a pretty big deal to us that SmackDown's in basically our backyard. So us, me, Bryant, God, are trying to figure out what we want to spend on tickets because we want to go. Obviously, we won't live stream because we don't do SmackDown. But it's pretty exciting anyway. I just hope they bring the big fist back. Like the original SmackDown.
I know you're looking at me. I'm not bad. I'm typing.
The original SmackDown logo thing. And we've got Baron Corbin and Fandango. All right. Or Tyler Breeze, sorry. They're the same person to me.
Challenging himself against the superstar the likes of Tyler Breeze. Corbin obviously wants to keep his skill set sharp.
I agree with you on that. If he's not, I can tell Rich is an unsung hero here in WWE.
As Tyler Breeze gets set to take on Constable Corbin, we want to tell you that WWE Supercard SummerSlam 18 here will start this week. And to be honest with you, if you love those bracelets for Tyler Breeze,
I did. He's had those for a long time. They actually have a little pump to it.
so let's remind everyone of what's going on here. Constable Corbin has arranged for both the Judge and Finn Balor to be
All right, sorry guys. We're just sending that out to. Hey, what's up, champ?
on Sunday at SummerSlam.
That's also interesting. Hold on, take over.
It's all too interesting.
I'll talk about.
Anyway, so we got Baron Corbin and Tyler Breeze going at it.
Test himself against someone physically similar to Finn Balor, automatically overconfident.
Yes, because Tyler Breeze and Finn Balor are physically similar. That makes a lot of sense.
What I was going to say, sorry. Daniel Bryan being advertised for that is a very strong indication that he has re-signed a contract with the WWE. Because his contract is set to expire on September 1st. And they pulled a lot of advertisements for him because they weren't sure. And now they're advertising that locally, that he's going to be wrestling The Miz on that card. So that's a good indication that Daniel Bryan has re-signed with the WWE.
Or they're getting ready to sell tickets to a big show, and they put his name on there anyway.
They really don't do that, though. Especially for, like, SmackDown 1000, they could make... I look that way. What do you want me to do?
You travel. You travel.
What do you want me to do? Sit there for fucking 2 minutes?
Yeah, kind of.
We don't know, Dave. This is me speculating. Because, like I said, reports came out that he got pulled from some advertisements on matches that were after September 1st for, like, live events and stuff. And this is the first advertisement that I'm aware of that he's being advertised for after SummerSlam, really. So, again, that doesn't mean he has re-signed because cards are always subject to change. But it's a pretty good indication that he has.
Well, and I think also, Renee, you and I talked about this earlier tonight, that, Finn Balor is extremely upset over the fact that Corbin continues to talk about his size and how small he is according to
Chris, Daniel Bryan, even if he doesn't re-sign, he would not be allowed to be at All In because of the 90-day no-compete clause that WWE puts in everybody's contract. So even if he's released from his contract, he would not be allowed to be at All In. That and the indication are his contract expires on September 1st. It's kind of a, even if he could be a gray area, you'd have to be like, you have to know exactly when his contract expires.
His own business, and you're right, because he wanders around here, walks around here like he can do no wrong because definite man put him in charge. Constantly breaking rules.
But that's cool. I mean, for SmackDown 1000, this is a shit match, and we're not really going to talk about it. But Undertaker's there. We get WWE Championship match, which if I had to bet, I don't think that's going to be a dark match because it's Raw 1000. I mean, SmackDown 1000. Raw 1000 had a WWE Championship match on it.
3 hours. 3 hours against 2 hours.
No, I understand it, but still, I mean,
like you're still going to want to do some kind of, this was. I know it's different because SmackDown, you're not going to bring back random. There's no SmackDown brand guy that like started there.
The Rock is the only one.
The Rock could,
because it's his show.
It's his show,
but he's not going to show.
He's not coming to SmackDown. So yeah, you could have a lot of just really good matches and video, or something like that. But no, you have to load it up with matches like that. You can't do old timers because you can't
really
make the comparison.
Edge. He's a SmackDown guy.
I remember Edge as
SmackDown guy.
Banging Lita in the ring on Raw.
He's a SmackDown guy. He's even said it before. He's come on SmackDown, said I'm a SmackDown guy.
Yeah, well, The Rock came back and said he's never going away again.
He has.
Did Edge?
Yet?
Did Edge go away? Not to wrestle. He can't. He'll die.
The velocity, the impact. Deep six from the crossbar. Wow. I am good. And that was just a small taste
See, Ollie.
of what I'm going to do to Finn Balor this Sunday at SummerSlam.
If Finn Balor loses if he loses at SummerSlam, I'm out. I won't watch any more of SummerSlam.
He probably will.
The modern day Maharaja.
Just because Finn beat him before. You know how the WWE is. I mean, they trade victories.
But this doesn't make...
Everybody's 500.
They can trade victories on Raw. Why the hell would he lose to Baron Corbin at SummerSlam? Like, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Baron Corbin doesn't even really... Like, he's a constable. It's not like he... It's just so stupid. And this is even stupider. And it came out of your shirt.
I did in my shirt.
I know.
And I stayed there for fucking like 30 seconds.
It's just whiffed over here. I'm just saying. There's a lot of deli meats in there. What'd you have for lunch?
Korean beef. Have it every Monday.
Hey, do you want to touch my hand again?
Hopefully, sugar all is not as zen. Oh, wait. I'm not finished. I was.
Carry this for a second. I gotta kind of.
Hold on. He's got to catch his breath.
Finn fancies himself a big man and a big star, so I think he'd be fine handling two superstars at once. I say a handicap match.
So now Jinder's a heel again? I don't know what they're doing.
Let me introduce you to Finn's other opponent, the brave man and a close personal friend of mine, Kevin Owens!
What?
You get Strowman out.
I know.
Do you? Why are you saying what?
Because you're weaving
Strowman
here.
down our fence.
Giving Finn Balor what Finn Balor believes he can do, what he's capable of. This is extraordinary, right? Kevin Owens,
This means that like Kevin Owens doesn't get a mic tonight, which is a problem.
Sunday at SummerSlam. Corey, Braun Strowman may not be Mr. Monster the Bank anymore at SummerSlam because if Braun loses in any capacity, Kevin Owens will win the Money in the Bank contract. That means pinfall submission, disqualification, count out. Well, after months of being haunted by the monster among men, Owens finally had the chance of retribution. He can take everything away from Strowman.
Sorry, guys. Trying to get some news up on the site. All right, guys. So we debuted a new segment last week. Brian's News of the Week.
Still no graphic.
I forgot to send the graphic out, so it's not a big deal. And you're big time, so it's fine. But pretty much just going to go over some of the big news of the past few days. Obviously, the biggest news of today was the passing of Jim the Anvil Neidhart. We send all of our condolences to the Neidhart family and all friends. No burp. And what was that? My body's making some weird noises tonight, guys.
Oh, God.
So that's the biggest news of today.
Oh,
Biggest news out of the weekend was the sexual harassment allegations that were thrown towards Randy Orton. For those of you unaware, what was that? For those of you unaware, pretty much what happened here.
More like he threw at them,
Pretty much what happened was some guy on Reddit.
what allegedly happened.
No, I don't want to use allegedly, but some guy on Reddit pretty much went on and he listened to an MLW podcast with Court Bauer. And Court Bauer, if you don't know who he is, he's the head of MLW and he used to be a writer for Raw. Okay, and on the podcast, Court Bauer shared a story of an encounter he had with Randy Orton. And according to Bauer, Randy Orton had a thing with writers where he would come up to them.
New writers.
He would come up to them, and allegedly, he would pull out his dick, he would grab it, and then say, "Shake my hand." And then obviously the guys are like, "I don't want to shake your hand." And he'd be like, "What, you're big timing me? You're big leaguing me? Don't you go talk to Triple H and Stephanie and Vince? Let them know that you're big leaguing me?" And pretty much try to force them into shaking his hand after he just grabbed his junk. So someone reached out to me asking them to comment on it. They said that they're looking into the matter. So that's the story. It's all hearsay. Bauer didn't necessarily seem like it was that big of a deal to him. I mean, it was 6 years ago that he told the story, which means it was probably like 8 years, 10 years ago that it actually happened. So
Yeah, probably.
Obviously, I mean, Randy. I doubt this was the only guy Randy did it to. If Randy wasn't in fact doing it, but that was the big news that came out over the weekend. We were just talking about it, but this is kind of breaking news. SmackDown 1000 is on October 16th in Washington D.C. It's in our backyard.
Darn right.
And they just showed a local advertisement here during Raw for us that it's going to be AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe for the WWE Championship. AJ was the champion in the photo. Take that with a big grain of salt. That doesn't really mean anything. It's just they're not going to spoil if Samoa Joe wins the title on Sunday. They're not going to spoil that with a local advertisement. So that's not a big deal. The Miz versus Daniel Bryan. Randy Orton versus Jeff Hardy. And The Undertaker is going to be at SmackDown 1000.
Anything the Constable's not good at. Balor Club has come to Greensboro. A real cute decision here by the Constable. The bottom line is, I think, well, it's upset because Balor's had his number as of late.
Chris, honestly, I don't know when this would have been. It could have been then. It could have been. It could have been any time before 2012.
I think the Constable refuses to be humiliated again at the hands of Finn Balor. Baron's going to teach Finn a lesson that Balor will never forget.
That's all I really know is that is whenever it was before 2012. We were talking about it before we went on air. I don't think the WWE gives two fucks about this.
No.
Like, this came out on Friday or Saturday. No, it came out Saturday. And since then, like, Randy Orton's been all over the WWE Twitter account. He's been on the WWE homepage. Like, I don't think they're really I think it's something they're just going to try to sweep under the rug. I don't think it's a big deal to them. And we were talking about this. If it was a woman who made these claims, it would be I think it'd be a completely different issue. But because it was a guy, I don't think they're treating it as big a deal. But we reported it on voiceofwrestling.net. So you can check it out there. One thing. Give me a sec, guys. One thing that I do want to point out. It's not the biggest news, but I thought it was just something that's really cool. And, you know, anytime someone's doing a really good thing, I think they should be shouted out. Titus O'Neil said that he wants to open up a school similar to what LeBron James is doing, where it's tuition free, pay for the meals, pay for uniform, pay for transportation. Give me a second.
Now, I can't technically cancel the match, but I can add to it.
Dean Ambrose.
No, it's Braun Strowman.
I know who it is. Jesus.
You don't want to play that game. Oh, Kenny Omega's opponent was announced for All In.
It's awful. I watched clips today. Who cares?
It's Pentagon, also known as Phoenix, depending on what promotion he's in. So that's exciting. Elias is going to have a concert during SummerSlam weekend.
Well, he doesn't have a match, so he doesn't have a concert. Doesn't even.
There's been some rumors that Chris Jericho is going to be signing with Impact Wrestling.
We talked about this also.
I think last night.
Yeah, if he does sign, it's going to be a one and done. It's going to be for a big match, get a payday, and I'm out.
So yeah, he'll be on one episode of Impact, have a match. And I mean, he could have a few more matches if he wants to do that, but
that's the entire.
Yeah, he's doing what he wants to do.
What he wants to do. Who would have thought that Chris Jericho, at the start of his career in WCW, TV champion, fighting in the cruiserweights, would end up at this point in his career basically doing what Brock Lesnar's doing. I'm going to show up when you pay me enough to do what I want to do. Good for him.
Well, the difference would be, I don't think Brock wants to do this. I think he's just getting paid to do it.
That would be the difference.
That would be the only difference. And I'm sure the pay is different. It's the first time I kind of noticed Renee Young.
She called him a meat castle.
Hey, it's better than Monster in the Bank.
That's true. Ben's got a tan from his Instagram photo. Oh, glisten to him.
He hasn't really been pale for a while, I feel like. What'd you miss, Saki? Nothing?
The Rock came back.
Stone Cold's fighting Brock Lesnar for the title on Sunday.
Yeah, so that's pretty exciting. Yeah, that going on.
In seriousness, you really didn't miss anything. I mean, Alexa Bliss won. No, technically Ember Moon won the match by disqualification. Baron Corbin beat Tyler Breeze. And now we're having a tag team match of Jinder Mahal and Kevin Owens versus.
Braun Strowman, Finn Balor.
You got Braun Strowman, Finn Balor, and against Jinder Mahal and Kevin Owens right now.
David, I don't think it's completely fake. Like, I'm very confident there's been discussions because Don Callis is one of the guys who runs Impact, and him and Jericho have been boys for like 25 years. So I'm sure, and Cal's is the one who got him in New Japan. Like he pitched the idea to
This is your environment.
So Callis pitched the idea to Jericho to fight Omega at Wrestle Kingdom this year. That was Don Callis be like, hey, what do you think about this? And Callis was like, I never thought in a million years he'd say yes. But Jericho was like, huh, that actually would be pretty cool. And so that's what I don't, if I'm Jericho, I'm not going to Impact because Impact has no buzz. Like, going to New Japan made sense because New Japan has all the buzz in the world right now for pro wrestling. Even going to Ring of Honor for one of their big shows would make sense because Ring of Honor has some buzz. Not to the level of New Japan, but they still have buzz. Impact is considered a joke. Like, it's the butt of all wrestling jokes. Like, we could be like, God, Raw sucks tonight, but, well, it's not as bad as Impact. So, I mean, I know Slammiversary was really good from what I've heard. I didn't go and watch it. I'm not going to spend my money on TNA.
I have no desire to do that.
I mean, by all reviews and all accounts, it was a fantastic wrestling event. In terms of match quality, like, apparently it was really good. But I don't know. It's going to take them doing that for like 2 years to get me invested to care. That like, TNA is just devalued the crap out of their brand for so long that it'll take a long time. Because I used to watch TNA like every week for a good period of time. Like when it was Jeff Hardy, Rob Van Dam, Hogan, you had AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, Kevin Nash, Kurt Angle, Sting. Like, they had some huge names in TNA all together at one
They
time.
had names, though.
Like, they had enough good matches to keep your interest. Because, like, AJ was there fighting, like, Jeff Hardy. And Jeff Hardy could still wrestle back then. You had,
You still can.
Yeah, he's beat up. His matches really aren't that great now. It pains me to say that.
I'm a little shocked.
It hurts to say it. But, I mean, he's old. I mean, it's fine. But, I
He
mean,
went through a ladder at WrestleMania.
That's what he does. But he didn't fight WrestleMania this year.
Not this year, but when they came back.
I don't think he went through a ladder that year.
He did.
Did he? No.
Did the Swanton into 2 ladders.
That's dumb. So yeah. So for a while there, yeah, it was they had a good mix of like big guys guys who used to be big names that would kind of bring you in, but then they had some good matches to kind of keep your interest. But then it just got too crazy. They literally tried to do the NWO, like shot for shot. They tried to redo the NWO with Jeff Hardy as Hulk Hogan, and no one wants to boo Jeff Hardy. It didn't work. It was terrible. They even gave him his own belt that he designed, and it was ugly as fuck. You ever seen it?
No, I have no desire to actually see it.
Oh, you're gonna see
You're
it.
going to show it to me, aren't you?
It's bad.
I don't know that I've ever seen a double team maneuver executed without one of the partners being involved. And now,
Yeah, it's bad.
Oh, here goes Finn. Here he goes. Fucking Kevin Owens. And you missed it. Fucking lands it too. Like he just. I know we talk about it all the time. A lot of people do that move. He lands it.
That's not
a
the
lot
move
of
I
the time.
referred to. The move is a suicide dive.
He doesn't do it. He always goes over the top.
I've seen him do suicide dives.
He has done them, but that's not like it's a signature move for like Seth Rollins. The suicide dive. They set it up every Monday. He goes over the top, full out, and then flips, and most of the time lands it and pops right back up. That's a sweet move.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty much a swanton dive. Swanton bomb.
How? What?
It's the same thing as a swanton bomb.
But he doesn't go off the top.
I know, but that's not what I'm referring to. I mean, I'm saying the move set, the action of what his body's doing, the same as a swanton bomb.
Yeah, but it's not a.
It's more impressive. I'm not saying it's not more impressive, but you're just saying it's a swanton.
You just say it's a sweet move without giving me
I
some
did say.
side opinion.
I did.
I mean, it's good, but it's not a swanton bomb.
I didn't say it's not. I said it is a swanton.
Yeah, but you had to throw a jab in there.
It's not a jab.
It is.
I love the swanton bomb. Jeff Hardy's my favorite wrestler.
But you couldn't give credit to Finn Balor for doing something off the ropes and then over the top rope. You had to go. Yeah.
Why do I have to give Finn Balor credit?
You couldn't just say, yeah, it's a sweet move.
It is. I mean, why do I have to give him validation?
You don't have to give him validation, but you could have not brought up the other stuff.
It was just a comment.
That's all I'm saying.
Mr. Kenny is, yeah, I saw that story too, David, that
he also
teabagged the boot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Randy Orton's apparently a weird dude.
He's smart.
Just a little.
Jesus, man.
Yeah, apparently Randy Orton's just a weird dude. So, but the other thing is, I like to know when this stuff happened. Not that this would excuse it, but it's pretty well known that there was really immature Randy, and then he kind of fucking woke up and was a different person.
It out.
If this was, if he's doing this,
I gotta think this is really immature Randy.
I mean, it would seem that way.
I mean, that's a different kind of immaturity.
That's a whole other level. But I mean,
that's
Randy
not
Orton,
Randy Orton, boob.
Randy Orton shit in someone's bag before. All right, I'm gonna go upstairs real quick. I'm gonna brush my teeth and use mouthwash so Bill doesn't die in this episode.
Okay.
Because I'm a courteous co-host.
Billy does. So, for those of you that don't know, Bryant has horrible burps. And you don't always hear them. But you're not sitting where I'm sitting. All right, so while we're on commercial, I don't know how long we have until commercial. You guys want to do the next question? What time is it? 9:08? Anybody? Next question? Huh? Okay, nobody's responding, so I guess no question. Never mind, we're back. Finn Balor and Jinder Mahal in the ring right now. Jinder Mahal's doing, I guess, the new heel submission, wear you down move. It's the same thing that Baron Corbin does 7 times on Raw.
Mahal had it well scouted and flattened the Irishman with an elbow. It's been all Mahal since. Glad you could join us tonight. We are live in Greensboro, North Carolina, 6 nights away from SummerSlam this Sunday. Streaming live on the WWE Network. Jonathan Coachman's on assignment. Corey Price and I are joined by...
So I have to imagine this turns into a hot tag.
What's the night so far, Renee?
I can't believe it. I love being here. We're sitting in the
I'm
same
sorry,
position.
Saki. I'm sorry.
Jinder Mahal is good. Tries to fight
You don't
back.
talk to me. You talk to Brian.
Right to the
You're Brian's boy.
midsection. And Mahal dragging Balor back to the corner.
Kevin Owens just got the tag. He comes in. Big elbow on Finn Balor.
Finn Balor's been nowhere near Braun Strowman.
Another big elbow on Finn Balor. And one more on Finn Balor.
Kevin Owens have to do to beat Strowman?
Climbs right on top of him. He's throwing right hands.
The past several weeks, if Strowman's tending to get the best of him.
Now Kevin Owens running his mouth to Braun Strowman.
Will cost him the briefcase in the contract at SummerSlam. Can Owens win, Renee?
I think the stipulation definitely favors Kevin Owens.
And look at Kevin Owens continues to control this match with Finn Balor.
This is the second cut in the last 30 seconds. They're cutting in to advertise NXT, which NXT TakeOver for SummerSlam is going to be pretty legit. I'm maybe more excited about that than I am actual SummerSlam. You're going to have Ciampa Gargano again. But it gets better. It's gotten really good. Like, each time it's gotten better. Got Kerry Sand against Shiny Blazer. There's going to be the two big titles on the line.
As always, WWE Network is free for their subscribers. NXT TakeOver Brooklyn kicks off SummerSlam weekend.
So right back to this wear you down move that it's the new heel thing. Baron Corbin uses it, and so does Jinder Mahal now, apparently.
Certainly a special night of the year. But right now, it looks like he may not make it to Sunday.
Trouble here against Jinder Mahal.
There you go.
Fighting back is Fallon, elbow to the nose of KO, and Fallon now. Fighting back the Mahal. Fighting off the ring. Fallon arms length away, buried in the corner by Mahal.
All right, so we got
Great resilience by this guy.
oh, Finn just threw Jinder out of the ring, so you got to assume that at some point there's going to be a hot tag here to Strowman, and who's going to want to take that guy on? Oh, Kevin Owens takes him away. Kevin Owens and Finn Balor are not unfamiliar with each other. Actually, they're really, really good friends. Not to ruin kayfabe for everybody.
They're really good friends.
Braun Strowman in, throws down Jinder Mahal, and again, and then punches Kevin Owens in the face.
Did someone get the trivia question right?
No,
We didn't ask it. Nobody was paying attention.
What is Strowman going to do?
That's why we do this together. That's why we do this together.
Yeah, Saga's High Pop got it right. It's October 16th. It's going to be Capital One Arena in Washington, D.C.
Against Braun Strowman this Sunday at SummerSlam. But we just saw living proof. It only takes one of those thunderous power slams, and KO's opportunity can go bye-bye. And Sunday it's Balor versus Capital One, and it's Braun Strowman versus Kevin Owens with the Money in the Bank contract on the line.
I love how Braun can only go to here with Finn's arm because he's just that much taller than him.
He's that much taller than most people.
I know.
Average size people.
Kevin Owens, get a good look at your future. Get out of here, Kevin. And smart. And Strowman still in pursuit. Oh, wait a minute.
End of days. Oh, Finn sold it well. Now hit a coup de grace. Your big ass. I'm not gonna lie. I guess first I was like, why is Baron Corbin doing the hook 'em horns? And then I realized, too sweet. Donald Trump SmackDown 1000. He's a WWE Hall of Famer. Don't think he ever made a episode of SmackDown though.
Nope, just commercial-free Raw.
They did the commercial for Raw, which wasn't very good. Turns out you need commercials in Raw.
Gotta mix those in.
I don't know why they keep showing. Like, to me, that timing always looks off. Like, as soon as she hits the mat, the pyro should go off.
Well, it's on them, not the pyro.
I know. Is that next? Nope.
the assistance of
That's
champions
the
advantage
headliner.
Just this week, Chris.
tag team titles against both the Deleted
Just this week.
and the Revival. It's a
Coach had something to do. That's why he couldn't be there. So they got Renee to do it. Well, they even got space for Dean Ambrose right over there.
Right on the Brooklyn Bridge.
Hey, that logo looks familiar.
Hey Seth, it's Kurt again. Please call me back.
Don't tell anybody.
Yeah. I know you're supposed to wait somewhere else. You know, we pop in, see if there's any updates on, what do you call it again? Travel issues.
You could also call it Seth is scared and is understandable considering defeating the aliens.
Yeah, I don't know if Seth's actually there.
It could be finally
Like, he was in Shanghai or in China.
Came out like 2 days ago.
I feel like he
On Instagram. I saw something on Instagram. He said, Shanghai, next time I see you, I'll be the Intercontinental Champion.
Said it doesn't sign the contract. Your SummerSlam title match just won't be official, will it?
Oh, no. And then, somebody will get his hands on this baby.
Maybe Dean comes out to sign it for him.
That's plagiarism.
All right, fine. Since we showed up to work on
Maybe
time,
he signed
I'd
a.
like to take a little look at that contract, see what else fell through the cracks with your incompetence.
Okay, it was a day ago. I mean, I'm assuming he's there. I don't know why you would announce a contract signing for someone who's not going to be there.
That's how you spell Ziggler. What? Too easy.
Nah, you're kind of the idiot there, Kurt.
Will be here tonight. Better hope for Angle. Seth
Oh.
Rollins shows up, but one man we know
You know what Bobby Lashley's problem is?
Impressive athlete.
It's 9/17. This is the first time I remembered Bobby Lashley was in WWE.
It's Bobby
You
Lashley.
know, Elias is going to get a match at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Typical Mike doing things that are just ridiculous.
Against the not quite as big dogs.
I want to hide this for the first for my daughter.
Apparently Ziggler is on that show a lot. Because, I mean, in real life, they're boys, but
Of course they are. Like, why would, like, they seem to have the same personality. Outside of wrestling, like, even, like, what you, like, kind of like, I'll get on a mic and I'll say whatever. Like, Ziggler does his comedy stuff and Miz has his own deal. Like, they're both characters. Not characters in the sense of, I mean, like, oh, you're a character. You know, does that make sense?
Kind of rambling. It's comedy stuff.
What do you-
It's stand-up.
what
Like-
do you mean? What do you mean I'm a character? Like I'm here to amuse you?
Yeah.
Like, oh, Brian, you're such a character.
Wait, what? No, I don't understand. What do you mean? Like you laugh at me? Like I'm a joke?
I'm not going to sit here and watch you do this. I'm not going to sit here and watch.
What's so fucking funny about me?
I'm not going to sit here and watch some move that you probably don't see a YouTube clip about.
Bullshit. I fucking seen the Goodfellas. Not the Goodfellas.
I've
Seen
seen
Goodfellas.
the Goodfellas. I've seen the
Winner!
Goodfellas. Oh man, I've seen the Goodfellas, man. They're so good.
I've
It's
seen
kind of
the-
like the
Those
Godmothers.
fellas are so good.
I've
It's
seen
based
the
after
Fellows of-
Godmothers.
I've seen the Fellows of Good numerous times. Well, while we're on a commercial break here, guys, if you haven't already, please hit that.
Oh, do we want another question? Sorry. Go ahead. All right, I just want to.
Why do we do this show?
I just want to point out that Brighton has gotten up 3 times tonight. I have not moved.
That's because you always want us to get your beer. You don't get up.
So we're gonna do the next trivia question. If nobody answers, the question doesn't count. That's up to you guys. So the first question was, who was in the Newborn Heart Foundation? Just name me one guy. One guy that wasn't Brett or Owen. The second question, which 2 of the members were part of the original Heart Foundation, the tag team? The tag team, the Heart Foundation. Who were the 2 people? All you got to do is answer.
One of them's Brett.
Way to go, God.
The other one,
You don't count.
David's already in it, right?
Hey, Saki the
My
Sock
man! Saki the Sock Puppet with the correct answer.
Puppet. You are in it. Sounds like burping. You want a thumbs?
I was drinking beer earlier.
When were you drinking beer?
The office had a happy hour for us. That car.
That's why you came home so tired.
That's not wrong.
Carpool. at
That's
Burlington?
exactly why.
No, there's one in Fair Lakes.
Like actual beer or the shit you drank?
No, beer. Drinking Corona. No, I'm
Look
just
at the
tired all
NXT
day.
champion. Look, he loves footlong meatballs because he's loving meatballs.
Why does everything to you that has?
As I was
How
saying
does
earlier,
never mind.
before I was
I'm
so
not
rudely
doing this.
interrupted. If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. Like this video, share it with your friends. If you don't already, please like us on Facebook. Just search for The Voice of Wrestling, and we'll come up. We post all of our news stories on there, so it's really great to follow us on Facebook to just keep up to date with everything we're doing. Also, make sure you visit thevoiceofwrestling.net for all the latest news, editorials. We got some pretty cool stuff in the works that's going to be dropping here in the next few weeks, so definitely be on the lookout for that. We got some big things coming. But yeah, definitely, like I said, make sure you hit that subscribe button for The Voice of Wrestling, so that way you can check out all the video content we do on here, including our flagship show, The Voice of Wrestling, with Chris Cash and Nick Paglino.
Seems like Elias is in the room.
Ladies and gentlemen, from right here in Greensboro, Ricky Roberts.
What the fuck is this?
My favorite musician in the entire world is the WWE's own Elias.
Also, they're in North Carolina. It's not really cowboy country.
Now, I might not be
Like,
able
he's
to
even
play
got
this
the
guitar
fucking
real good right now,
thingamajiggers
but
on his
one day
legs.
I'm gonna get good. One day
Hey,
I'm
Milo,
gonna
welcome
get
back.
so
I don't.
good.
Why the sad
I'm
face
gonna
for you being
myself
back?
in
I'm
the
confused.
Country Music Hall of Fame. And when that day comes, Elias himself will come to me, to my face, and say those magical words. Hello, I am Elias.
I was just gonna say, does Elias have entrance
What am
music?
I looking at here?
I've always asked that. I've never heard it.
Mark, get the stool.
Why are you depressed, man? Sorry to hear that.
Sorry, Milo.
Ricky, I don't know what you're doing out here. I don't know if Kurt put you up to this or something, but listen, there is only one Elias in this world, and you are looking at it. I get it, you're a big fan of Elias, but are you a big enough fan that you would go on WWE Shop later tonight and buy your very own Walk with Elias? What would Elias do bracelet?
Yes.
Because for only $5, you can go on shop.com and never make the wrong decision again as you look down every day
Damn it,
and
Todd.
ask yourself,
That's
what
such a
would
good
Elias
picture.
do? Are you that big
Well,
of a
why are
fan?
you depressed, Milo?
Well, I'll tell you what.
You nudge me.
You can impress me tonight if you do
Well,
one
what kind of
thing,
cereal
if
you eat? I love cereal.
beat and humiliate
What's your favorite cereal,
Bobby
Bill?
Lashley.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Huh. French Toast Crunch.
Nice. Or what's your favorite kind of
Ladies and gentlemen, I
Cheerios?
want you to think about something. I want you to think
Frosted Flakes.
about just how insane
That's your
Best.
favorite.
life is.
It's your favorite cereal?
Yeah.
You know, over
Okay.
the past year, I've sold out
Kinda respect that.
WrestleMania.
Or Lucky Charms without all the little oat parts. Or just
Respect that too.
I'd go classic Honey Nut Cheerios.
How about Frosted Cheerios? I like Frosted Cheerios. What's your stance on Apple Jacks?
They're not bad.
I could eat them dry.
This Saturday night, I've got
I'm
a
the same with Fruit
concert
Loops.
at the Gramercy
You did this.
Theater in New York
I know what you're
City.
referring to.
Guys, we're going to get away a little bit
And
here.
the night after
We've already
that
got it.
at
We're talking about fucking
SummerSlam,
cereal.
Bryant,
I will perform, dare I say,
when he
my
moved
greatest
in-
song
Lies.
yet.
my dog had never eaten
And it
people
is
food
all
Fake
because
news.
other than
of a
cheese
universal
to
truth
take pills.
that I'm certain everyone
Now,
here is
Brian
aware
has fed
of.
my dog pretzels, which he's
And
eating
that's not true because you fed him rice and chicken.
when he
Boom.
was sick.
You said
It
never
was
fed-
boiled rice
you said-
and white chicken,
You said he never
which
ate
was
human
put
food.
in his bowl.
You said he never ate human food.
He was never given from the hand, other than cheese, human food. Bryant gave him pretzels. And now Bryant wants to look at my dog crooked every time he takes a handful of pretzels out and my dog begs, which he's doing right now.
Oh.
Now he's going to give him more.
They are a resilient people. I mean, it must
You said you don't mind it when he does something for it.
No, as long as he does something for it and it stays pretzels. Like, don't be like, oh, Todd, I got a Chipotle bowl for you. Boy.
Why would I do that?
I'm just saying, that's an
What's the
extreme
bad
example.
news, Milo?
A little performance, I guess, for Elias. Interrupted again by Bobby Lashley.
Now, what terrible music he has. Like, it's just so freaking generic.
Renee, you're actually sporting one of Elias's little wristbands.
I've worked for Elias from day one. Not supporter.
Don't you dare.
Not all that bad. I mean,
Speechless.
Do it again.
To the ring from Denver, Colorado,
What?
weighing 250 pounds.
My bad.
It's hitting the first Monday.
Bobby Lashley, though, has made it a point to interrupt Elias.
Hey, I brushed my teeth and with mouthwash. Should help a little bit.
Unless you swallow the mouthwash, it doesn't matter, dude. That stuff's like right here. It's like here.
Sounds like he was conceived in one of the armories around here. in the late 80s.
By the way, props to that local jobber. He actually cut a pretty decent promo.
Look at you here. You need to find yourself a new shtick. Because as you can see up here, we already have a new talent clown that plays the guitar.
Ah, you said stick. Should have said we already have a no talent dick.
But
That's what you should have said.
I'll say that on TV. PG TV.
so Lashley
Sorry, I
and
watched that
Ricky
reaction.
Roberts-
He's going to try him with the guitar.
Oh!
Oh, he did hit him with the guitar.
It's just made Lashley mad. Yes, he did, Renee. Someone better call Ricky Roberts' family.
See, look, now Todd's afraid of the
His dad
Tiger
is
Pretzel.
the same person, so it should be hard.
Damn.
Unbelievable. What a spine buster by Lashley. Shook the ring, shook the arena.
Why can't there just be, like, serious
The
characters in
arena.
WWE anymore? Like, I feel like too often, let me ask you this. Back in the day, was the
Define the day.
like, Attitude Era,
I have a feeling there's some pain coming in Lashley's way.
was The Undertaker,
Ricky Roberts,
Kane ever funny? Or did they ever try to be funny?
No.
look at the
I will say The Undertaker was less.
Lashley, one-handed practically.
In the Attitude Era, Kane became more of the I'm not going to speak, I'm just here character than The Undertaker was when The Undertaker first came. The Undertaker never, when he had Paul Bear, talked on the mic. Ever.
Rest in peace, Timmy. And Neidhart.
But no, they never tried to be funny.
Like, I feel like every character,
Tries to have a shtick.
outside of maybe Samoa Joe, and this is a direction they get from Vince.
Be positive. It was hard for me to
You love the BT.
positive, but I just found the odds of us winning tonight are lower than usual. The odds are always against us, man. Yeah. Tonight, they're even lower. Because we have to face two teams, and they don't even have to pin us for the new win, which on its own is mind-blowing. It means our chances of winning tonight are 33.333.
Can they just put him and Bray together? Like, they sound the same.
Double check. I did check. I double checked it. I worked it out longhand. I even DM'd some mathematicians on Twitter. It doesn't matter how you do the math.
Like, why wasn't he in the white? Like, it could have actually been a family.
Teamwork, dude.
I don't know that he would work in the Wyatt family, though. Like, this is a funny comedy shtick. It's kind of the opposite of what the Wyatt family
Or a
was.
whole bunch of other winners. Listen, if B teamwork fails, This has been the best.
I think without
run of our
all the
lives.
tattoos,
So let's go out there.
I mean as a character, without all the tattoos and all that stuff, Bray could have done this.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying Bray could, but I don't know that Bo could go back. I mean, they've tried to make Bo a serious guy numerous times, and it hasn't worked.
Dude, when Bo Dallas started with that Bo Leave shit, it was incredible.
Oh, it was a great gimmick.
He'd knock a guy down, then get out of the ring and run around the ring with his arms in the air.
I mean, just the phrase Bo Leave was brilliant. All right, Bill's finally getting up.
Yeah, the bizarre team of Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy with another opportunity tonight to win the Raw Tag Team.
That's a no.
Well, rest in peace, Timmy. Sorry to hear about that, Milo.
Some might even say that I myself am
Timmy will be missed, but never forgotten.
Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt tonight in a triple threat tag team match against the Revival.
This is Todd, everybody. Making his presence known on the stream. I got no more pretzels for you, buddy. No more, look. They're gone. And you have the worst nose ever, so you can't even fucking figure out where they are. You know one thing they haven't done too much of? Is they haven't done too much of last week on Raw, earlier tonight on Raw. Like, it's just been moving forward. And well, oh, God. Bill's not here. Let out a couple farts. Hey, Saki the Sock Puppet. So, guys, so far we got, obviously, our champion, Chris. We've got David, and we've got Saki the Sock Puppet in our, which will be a Fatal 4-Way. Yeah. Yeah, there'll be a Fatal 4-Way tonight. So there's still one more spot open for the Fatal 4-Way, and we'll do that question, I don't know, probably around like 10:15-ish Eastern time.
People will take from this movie is how smart and fast it moves. You feeling calm, Alice? Not even a little. I'm totally calm. That's because you're mentally unstable. Thank you.
The goal is to complete the mission at any cost. Title 22.
9:30. Guys, Bill's going to take the dog out for a walk, but when he comes back, Bill's going to deliver Bill's match of the week.
Yay!
God's very excited.
That time won't give left and right twigs their own packs. We got about as much in common as you and Mortician and me and Undertaker.
Or you a janitor and me a custodian.
All right, so we're on a commercial break here. So I'll throw this question to you guys. It's kind of behind the scenes little stuff here at Voice of Wrestling. We're talking about doing some changes with the site. But if we were to have some sort of, I'll put it really bland. What kind of stuff from a wrestling site would you pay for, like, on a monthly basis? Like, what kind of things would you have to do? Not like a massive amount of money, a couple bucks a month. What kind of content, anything would you want to see to actually pay to a site to get? Just curious to see what your answers are. How are the Nats doing?
2-2.
Saw Harper hit a bomb.
Harper did hit a bomb. Zimmerman had a rubby
What do you mean, Saki? What do you mean? You mean like our site would be PG-13? Hey, Jackson, welcome back, man. Happy to see you in the stream again in the chat room. fuck? Where's it doing this? Sorry, guys. I'm going to go to Timmy's grave, BRB. It's a fucking depressing show. Jim died. Timmy died. Bill's not here. Randy Orton's getting accused of sexual harassment. It's a dark show tonight. All right, you guys did not give me one answer, so appreciate that. Making things difficult. What they do. Oh yeah, that's what I do. Who used to say that, Kev?
Mark Henry.
Yeah. What's up, Raptor Plays? Welcome to the stream. What I do on Saturday? What did you set? I don't know what you mean, Jackson. So you mean like having an edgy content on, say, the Voice of Wrestling? Is that what you're referring to? That's what I'm referring to. Like, what kind of content? All right, we're back in commercial. We got Dolph and Drew reviewing the contract. That looks like boobs in the corner. Not real boobs. So what I was asking, guys, is we're doing some things behind the scenes here at Voice of Wrestling with the site, voiceofwrestling.net. And so I'm just curious, like from a wrestling site, like Voice of Wrestling, like, name any site, what kind of content, whether it be editorials, videos, interviews, whatever, what kind of content would be something that you guys would pay a couple bucks a month for? Hey, well, Milo, appreciate you spreading the word. Welcome, Raptor. If you like what we're doing here, please hit that subscribe button so you can check us out every week. And we're gonna have a question. We're gonna have some questions coming up soon. I love the B Team chant, by the way. We're gonna have the question coming up here to get our last participant in our Fatal 4-Way match, challenge for the VOW Live Championship. So, welcome. B Team, go.
Show.
You sit in the fucking chair then.
Oh, I can't. I'm God.
Hey,
I'm everywhere, fucker.
We'll rewind it real quick.
I don't need to see it. I know the B Team chant.
Well, I like it. So.
Hey, Todd.
The B team took on the revival.
You know what an animal Todd is?
What?
He's one of 2 dogs I brought on an ark one time.
Very impressive. Come on, who's that so Dallas?
Ears, Renee. Nonetheless, let's use it.
All right, fast forward to real time.
This matchup came.
Whoa, lightning speed!
This is lightning speed?
For the Raw Tag
We had a lightning bolt.
Alright, we're back live. I just want to listen to the B Team chant one more time.
Introducing the challengers.
Alright, good.
The team
Glad Milo trained you.
Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy.
I have a feeling this might be Milo because Milo just left. And now we got Raptor Plays in here. But I could be wrong. I really hope the Revival wins this because I'm assuming whoever is the tag team championship coming out of all this goes on to Authors of Pain. Hey, welcome back, Aaron. Always happy to see your...
Yeah, but I don't think it's gonna happen for SummerSlam because then what are you gonna do?
No, I'm not saying for something. I'm just saying moving forward.
Well, as much as they buried the Revival,
I mean, they buried Anderson and Gallows and gave them the title.
True.
And they've been trying to build the Revival up a little bit past 2 weeks with their wins
with the
over-
Roman and yeah.
What's up, Eclipse 26? Welcome to the stream. Sorry to hear that, Aaron.
So it looks like it'll be
It's a quick funeral.
Dax Wilder starting things off against Bo Dallas.
But guys, if you're new to the stream, welcome. We're always happy to get new guys here. We're trying to grow this as much big as we can. If you like what we're doing, hit that like button on the video. Hit the subscribe button so you can get notifications for us every week. And check out all the content we do here on the Voice of Wrestling YouTube channel, including our flagship show, thevoiceofwrestling.net. Also, like us on Facebook. It's where we post all our news, lists, editorials, all kinds of different stuff. So definitely make sure you guys like us on Facebook. Just search for Voice of Wrestling. We'll come up. Well, we got a championship match here.
And we do. We actually have a championship triple threat. You want to read one?
I got one.
Why don't you like real?
This is easier.
I don't think it's long with these two. I think they've got this amazing synergy between the two of them, and they've also got momentum on their side.
I would refer to it as being efficient with my time.
I can put an actual post-packed. I can put an actual.
No, you can't say post-packed. That's part of it. I don't have to pack it. That's part of it. I'm saving time. Those seconds add up.
So we're going to. If they were right here, who gets one in time? Deal. Not right now. I know you just put one in.
I didn't put one in. I was about to.
When I get done with that beer.
Well, I'm putting one in right now.
Oh, do it. If you were just standing up.
He does that. He's a very dick about that. Big
I was a dick because I made rules that.
So you were walking in that direction.
Yeah, you were up over there.
I don't actually need one. I was actually being a dick. Yes.
This is why you're going to hell.
Going to hell?
Yeah, you are.
They dumped me. I was good.
You're
Good.
going to hell. I saw what you did to those women.
No, I hope you didn't.
Oh. I'm like Santa Claus. I know everything that's going on, alright?
Just bring them up. It doesn't matter. God, what is wrong? What did you eat today?
I used some buffalo wings at the happy hour. That might have been it.
How your bloodhound nose doesn't catch up on any of this is astounding.
I'm not saying that. I've been farting my own.
Just
Yeah.
on the sinking center couch seat.
That's a god fart. You know those are going to be.
That's good. Turtle.
All right, you want to do Bill's match of the week?
No, but sure.
Let me get
Bills match of the week.
Can you come over here and do that, please? All right.
Hold on.
Anyway,
Yeah.
there it is. Bill's match of the week. All right. So, because of the Heart Foundation theme, we're going to do In Your House Canadian Stampede. So we have Team WWF or Team America, however you want to view it, of Stone Cold, Goldust, Ken Shamrock, and the Road Warriors taking on the Heart Foundation or Team Canada, which is Bret Hart, Owen Hart, Brian Pillman, Jim the Anvil Neidhart, and British Bulldog Davey Boy Smith. At the time, Owen was the IC champ. Davey Boy was the European champ. So when it starts out, the Hart Foundation had been basically just running havoc. I go by the damn thing, okay? The Hart Foundation had basically just been running around beating everybody's ass, pretty much, for about a month. And they made this match. The reason why you don't see guys like The Undertaker was a world title holder at the time, so he had a world title match that night. Shawn Michaels wasn't really around, so you don't have him. Triple H was still serving his click kind of suspension thing, so you don't see any of those big names in this. But the crowd was absolutely nuts in this match. It was in Canada. It was in Calgary, which is where Bret Hart, Owen Hart are from. And so you can actually see when you watch the match, if you watch it on the network, do whatever, you can actually see the camera shake when it first starts. It starts off with Stone Cold and Bret, and they had their their bloody I Quit match at WrestleMania 13, where Austin didn't tap out. That was still part of it. But some other people were added. It goes pretty even until Austin decides that he is going to smack Owen's leg over the steel pole with a chair. Owen gets taken off, walked back by the refs. So it's 4-on-5. As soon as Brett sees that, soon after that, he puts Austin in the figure 4 over the post, beats him, or he gets beat with a chair, so Austin gets walked back. Match goes back and forth, then Austin comes back out. Him and Brett are back in the ring together. They go back and forth. Brett tries to land a sharpshooter. Austin reverses it. Then when Austin's getting ready to put on the sharpshooter, he throws up the middle fingers right in Brett's face, puts on the sharpshooter. That's when Owen comes back out. How the match ends is the fact that Stone Cold basically picks a fight with the entire Hart family that's in the crowd, and it kind of goes over into the crowd, and then people come out. With all that going on, Stone Cold ends up back in the ring. He gets rolled up by Owen Hart, and Owen Hart gets him for the pin, which is all kind of well and good, except more people come into the ring. There's a big brawl afterwards, and as they walk the losing team off, of the Team WWF, it waits about 2 minutes, and then Stone Cold comes back out with a chair, and then just starts. He just starts beating the hell out of people with the chair until they eventually gang up on him. And I think, I do not know, that this could have been the last Austin sucks chant that maybe ever happened. Because the crowd is just going, Austin sucks, as the entire Hart family is basically beating him up until he gets handcuffed. And as he's handcuffed, he's walking back to the back, waving his middle fingers. And then after that, the entire Hart family gets in the ring. All the kids, Natalya, even though he wasn't a kid, he was always around the family. Tyson Kidd was in the ring. The British Bulldogs kids, Owens kids, Brett's kids, everybody's kids is in the ring because it was in Calgary. And from what I could tell from all the stuff that I've watched and looked at, it was basically the Hart family's greatest night. So, that was a big deal. And I hope you guys go back and watch it on the network. Anyway, Jeff Hardy's about to do something really cool off the top rope. Never mind. Matt Hardy, sorry. Looks like we're going to have a superplex here in one way or another. And everybody's all wiped out. Probably another commercial.
And this is a critical point in this match. Who's going to be able to take advantage? And remember, under triple threat rules, there won't be a count.
All right, so everybody's all laid out right now.
Look at the height progression. Scott Dawson suplex to the rest of the field. Everybody's down. The playing field is even. Who wants the Raw Tag Team titles the most? And the official trying to get superstars back into the ring because remember, the pinfall submission must take place inside the ring as we take another look. This is absolutely nuts. High risk, high reward. But you have to wonder, was there
I don't know if that went how everybody wanted it to go.
That is what
After seeing the replay.
Tag Team titles mean to these three teams.
You're heading into Brooklyn as a Raw Tag Team Champion. What an opportunity.
At SummerSlam this Sunday, streaming live on the WWE Network. Scott Dawson doing the wise thing, trying to get himself back into
That's
the
Bray Wyatt throwing Scott Dawson back in the ring.
Back into the ring.
Matt Hardy coming with him, but he gets pulled back.
I'm not going to lie, I'm really impressed with
Catches
that
Bray
Scott
Wyatt with a
Dawson.
kick to the chest.
No, he is.
Oh, nice job. Great counter by Bray. Axel is legal. Look at the Sister Abigail.
About to get a double Sister Abigail here. Oh, no.
Fighting out of this, Wilder and Dawson to the
Now
ring.
you know how that would work.
Yeah, now you are.
Oh!
Covered by Dawson. Wait a minute, Axel's legal. Axel's the legal man. Off the
Pin him.
machine. Axel into the cover. Von Wyatt, the
B-Team retained. Now we're going to get a over-the-top celebration. I love this. It's like they win the World Series every Monday. It's great.
They did it. I told you these guys got the
Gotta love the B team.
That's the best music they've come out with in a while. Like I said, it's popular.
All right, so the B team retains in the triple threat match between the Revival, the B team, and the World, the leaders. Is that what they are? The leaders of World, sorry. The two guys that they don't know what to do with. So the B team retains. I was walking the dog, don't know how the match was, so I'm just going to go with I love the B team, and I'm glad that they retained. Oh, I'm going to go with 951 being maybe the Raw record for a long time that we have not seen Roman Reigns. And the B team comes to celebrate. Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah, they are awesome. They are the best.
Oh, he's up next. Roman Reigns up next. You know what's cool about you know what him being up next is good to bring up? The fact that when Bryant did his segment, I sat next to him, and he's gotten up probably 7 times during Raw, and I haven't. I peed and I walked the dog, but then I just sat here. But yet he's right over there.
This is what we agreed to with our segment.
And
You
that's
elected
fine.
to stay.
He needs a rest, and that's okay. He can't go all night. That's
You're
fine.
right. I did do a 3-hour show by myself. You're right. I can't go all night.
Yeah, Brian is currently yelling at me because I went to the beach with my family.
That's not what I'm saying.
I have a family.
I had no ill feelings.
And
for
I
you.
went to the
But we're
beach with
talking
them.
shit to a man. A man's taking a stand like a big dog.
Okay, one time. Never mind. Not doing that.
So your family doesn't like you anyway.
Into a snack. You can turn a snack into a meal.
He knows
Three cheese
Yeah.
blend.
Yeah.
I do.
I talked to your mother the other night.
What about that time Brian faked sick and we didn't do
Taco
it?
Bell,
What about that time?
steak nachos box. It's kind
Oh,
of
I see.
insane.
I gave him the 4 people watching. I gave him the plague afterwards.
Actually, now it's 11. Bryant one time faked
See,
sick.
bro, your ratings. Your ratings. Why would I be on? You're the ratings guy.
You guys just talk. I'll just sit here and look pretty. I don't care.
Bill team, go, go, go. Bill team, go, go, go. Bill it down.
Right now, I'm gonna send you crazy. Something happened a year of me.
Can we do the last question? 10 o'clock.
I said 10:50.
Saving drivers an average of
Oh, so right before you come back?
I'll be back. I was gonna come back as soon as the commercial break came up, but then you started talking shit. So now I'm just gonna sit here and make you wear it.
As I should talk shit.
Right. This is what we agreed to with these segments.
Yeah, but I sat here with you.
You elected to. That was your choice. You said I'm gonna stay. That's okay.
Their private class.
Because I enjoy this.
Carpet doesn't match the drapes.
I enjoy it once it actually happens.
Well, I'm letting you enjoy it even more.
Puppets. Looks like this
By getting your moment in the sun.
So let's talk about WrestleMania 6.
Hulk Hogan over
24.
I've seen clips.
He's seen clips.
Routine pop fly, Chris Bryan gets underneath.
So is Christian.
Yeah, he really that is. Wait.
Yeah, he's got time to hang into this one. So
All right,
looks like
I would get caught up in the chat, but
Fly ball like this. I mean, you got time. Why not crank it for you?
Yeah,
you guys are in some kind of weird talking thing about the VOW live stream title.
MLB Tap Sports Baseball 18.
I thought we were at 11.
Did
you lose 'em?
Yeah, must have heard you coming.
Probably. Even though there's a delay, so that doesn't really even make sense. But
No, there was never 11.
I know you. I know.
One more way, no one out pizza.
All right. I will use my steel chair like I did before in Milo. Who owns this wrestling? I don't know what you're talking about, Milo. And Milo, I'm like 90% sure Raptor and Eclipse and Milo is you. I'm cool with it because like it's entertaining.
The most critically
But like
acclaimed show of the summer. The Sinner. Wednesdays at 10.
Kurt Angle? Who makes the matches? No, we gotta take this stupid graphic down.
It's a great graphic.
It is a great graphic.
That was the most in-depth one I've ever done.
I'm not mad.
So, is everything up to your standard with the contract?
Look, it's no secret.
You said pay attention.
Around here.
Jackasses.
But if the numerous
We talk, I pay attention.
No, not you.
Right here, this clause.
It's good.
Section 4, paragraph 9. Right here.
It's a match after
Where it says
rewatching
the
it that I would
challenger,
bring
Seth
up
Rollins, is
when we were
entitled
just sitting around
to have
watching
someone in his
matches.
corner for our match at SummerSlam?
That's it.
I just thought you would have gone more of a
So Seth has every right to
like
have
a
somebody
singles
against
match or like a tag team match that Neidhart had.
Yeah, I
5
mean,
on 5. Just I'm sure he's lost in the shuffle a little bit just because there's so many guys.
he kind of is, but that was when he was his biggest. I mean, he was. They won the tag titles and did all that, him and Brett, but it was in the Hogan era. You know what I mean? Like they're relevant, but they weren't mainstream guys. When the second Hart Foundation came out, they were all like legit. They could all win a singles match. He didn't have a singles run. I couldn't have found a singles match other than on Raw. I'm not reviewing some random ass Raw match. Unless it's Shawn Michaels, Kurt Angle, which is...
Well, Milo, you know the rules. You were wrapped up to be in the championship match. If I don't believe either one of you are in right now.
Nope.
David and Saki are in. By the way, this going on now instead of at the end, like, Dean has to come out. Right? Like, why else would you do... Because Brock's here.
Oh, you mean Dean has to come out to help him?
No.
Oh, Dean has to come out, to help Seth. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, like, that's the only reason you're doing that then. Right?
Yeah.
Even then, I'm surprised they're doing it. I'm
not,
okay with it.
I'm not, because I think it all leads to the Shield. I really think they wanted to have that Shield revival.
Oh, I think they're gonna do it again because I've said this on here and to you guys numerous times. Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose needs to happen at WrestleMania. So you can't do if you're going to do the Ambrose heel turn, you can't do it when he comes back. And I like a slow build, but I don't want to. Will that be like an 8-month slow build? I don't want that.
You don't want a Bailey Sasha slow build?
That's
who we have not seen tonight.
Roman is as focused, laser focused as I have ever seen him.
Probably won't.
But this will be a match for the ages.
Without question, just to piggyback.
Really, Michael Cole? Because none of their other matches have been matches for the ages, so I'm not sure why this one would be different.
The one where
The first one
was a good match.
Match for the ages, but it was a solid match. I enjoyed
Good
it.
match.
Especially because it was just the physicality of it was fantastic. Like, Roman was legitimately just getting the shit kicked out. Like, he was busted open the hard way. Not like a lot of blood, but he was busted open. It was
like he threw legit moves also. It wasn't like...
It wasn't John Cena's SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Leave this place better than I found it. Leave this place better than I found it.
What? That's what John Cena said to him.
That's something I tell myself every single day.
No, that's what John Cena told you. I remember the promo.
Is leave this place better than I found it. And the truth is, I'm never going to be able to accomplish that goal with Brock Lesnar here.
Don't worry, he's leaving.
So that means it's time for Brock Lesnar to go. Because I'm sick and tired.
You realize even if he loses, storyline-wise, doesn't mean he would be leaving.
I'm sick of the lies and the rumors. I'm tired of it. So it
So you
is
think this is
this
faster than me
Sunday
putting
at SummerSlam.
a pouch in?
I open the can.
And at SummerSlam, I'm taking back
Oh, that's
my
faster. That was
Universal
lazy.
Championship.
No, but you're trying to argue that you could do it faster than I can.
And I'm gonna say
I would have
so far
stipulations.
back into the UFC, he's gonna
The can
find
would have
his
to be
head
open in front of me.
stuck in Dana White's ass.
No, we told you you got to.
No, the can was just open in front of me.
Even
Without
though-
being packed, I
Yeah,
could
it's still
put a
good.
lip in faster than you.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Hi, Aaron.
I've never seen you do anything fast. You wake up at 1:30 in the afternoon on weekends.
See what I'm doing for you. I'm looking ridiculous right now.
Alright, you good.
Hi, Aaron. Interesting that you had a page. That you created a page in a YouTube account. Make sure Paige subscribes to the channel.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you, Aaron.
What is?
if I were to steal a line from someone on SmackDown, obviously, I would steal a line from the Usos. Because the Usos are the future of the WWE Tag Team Division.
What? I don't understand where this is going.
Of the future of the division here in WWE.
The heavyweight division.
Oh my God, I'm laying my eyes on the #1 contender for the Universal title,
Is he making this pitch?
Roman Reigns.
I don't know what's happening right now. I mean, the Usos are his cousins, so maybe he's trying to put them over
I
to.
feel like he's making a pitch.
Must be confused, but
Brock's there tonight, right?
this is gonna be good, y'all. I mean, last week he was literally able to cry on cue, and I'm interested in seeing what he can do tonight. So please, Paul, come on in, please.
He's really not that bad on the mic.
No, I've been saying this for a long time. I've been telling you guys this for a long time. Roman Reigns is not bad. He's actually really good.
Mr. Reigns,
I don't hate
this
it.
is your week. This is your week of history. But why wait until Sunday
We'll talk
to
to the
make
commercial break back.
history? You, sir, can start making history right here, right now, tonight. I don't know if you happen to catch wind of something I almost let slip out to Renee Young, but I said against this Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns doesn't stand a chance unless, and now it's time to drop the other shoe because that unless is having Paul Heyman tell you each and every one of Brock Lesnar's dirty big secrets. Because
It's a setup.
I can do that for you, Roman Reigns. I understand you're walking into this Sunday and you think that you can beat Brock Lesnar for the Universal title, but with Paul Heyman in your corner, you will walk into this Sunday knowing, a guarantee, not a prediction but a spoiler, you, sir, will beat Brock Lesnar this Sunday and become the Universal Champion.
What if he says yes, and then Paul Heyman also manages the entire Shield?
I just came.
I did too. He comes out with the crowd with them.
Excuse me.
So
I
yeah,
already know.
Hotel,
I don't need your inside
India,
details. I don't need
Echo,
I
Lima,
beat Brock Lesnar in Saudi Arabia.
Delta.
As a matter of fact,
Actually, they
he
would change the
wouldn't
H to
have even
Heyman.
made it out of that cage if I didn't spear him through it. And it would have ended a lot quicker than that if it wasn't for you.
Well, he wasn't helping you then, dumbass.
Guilty as charged. I offer you no excuses. You're right.
That was
It was because of me and hopefully the sins of his father won't be visited upon his children. But listen, I'm not here to talk about the past. I'm here, Roman Reigns, because you know as well as anybody here, I am a visionary. I see the future. And you know what I see? Exactly 1 week from this moment
Nobody
right
is paying
here,
attention.
on
If you
Monday
look
Night Raw,
behind Paul
after
Heyman,
you slay
they're
the
all
beast
waiting until they're
at
on the
SummerSlam,
Titantron because that's what's on
check this
TV,
out.
and they're
Side by
just
side.
dancing around.
They're all looking.
Those people are fine.
Side-
Those people know they're on the main camera most of the time. The people here,
Okay.
look,
Imagine this, because this is what can happen. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman, and I am the advocate for the reigning, defending, undisputed, Universal Heavyweight Champion, Roman Reigns.
I didn't think I could come that quick again, but I just did. I think I just got it with the butt.
That sounded fucking good.
It did.
Like it rolled off the tongue.
Mike's in the wrong hand.
Dean Ambrose gonna. You should accept that deal, man.
Or try.
And then just leaves. You
It's
should accept
Do
that
it.
deal.
Do it. I'm not healthy.
Renee, you look hot tonight, babe.
I was groomed at a very young age for this position.
That's not true.
My
You were
father
groomed for
taught
football
me
at a very
lot
young
of
age.
stuff. He taught me how to swim with sharks in this business. And he also taught me how to recognize the ones that are drowning, because those sharks are very dangerous. And you, Paul, are drowning,
Drowning? I'll let it go.
and you're just not worth saving. Good luck on your future endeavors.
Damn.
He's not leaving.
You're right. You're right. I am drowning. I'm drowning with the knowledge that I learned when I was 15, 16, and 17 years old, riding in the car with your uncle Arthur and your father Sika.
Ooh.
I mean, that's that ain't storyline.
You know what?
That's a shoot.
You know what your
That's
father
legit.
Hey, what's up, D'Angelo? Welcome back,
on
man.
those car rides? Something that your father taught all of his sons.
I'll answer that on commercial break, D'Angelo.
They didn't teach it to you in English because he wanted you to understand. This came from the heart because he taught it to you in Samoan. Balafitu. Manu. Malo.
Speaking Samoan on the mic. Woo!
Jesus.
He came prepared.
Jesus.
Tell you what, I'll make this so
Too.
easy. I prepared something.
Oh, God.
It's an agreement
I
in
already
principle.
smell it. Doesn't matter.
I tried.
There's no pressure. There's no games.
You gotta. If you do that again.
Please.
I can't.
Tried.
I have Papa John's.
Look this over.
Papa John's normally
Don't
gives me
give
diarrhea.
your answer tonight.
You have diarrhea out of
You
two
give
holes
me
right now.
your answer this Sunday at SummerSlam.
What is that, a contract?
In principle and agreement. I believe is what he said.
Oh, is Brock not here? I thought Brock was here tonight.
Yeah. Greensboro's so far.
Yeah, okay, Brock's here tonight. I was right. Brock's here tonight. Now Brock's gonna come out and beat the shit out of him.
Oh, I got it. The pepper spray. He hated it. He's blinded by it. Someone can stop this. Roman Reigns is blinded by Heyman.
Blinded by the light.
Why would he do that? Paul Heyman doesn't like hearing the word no. Corey, Roman he hated that agreement thing. He rolled it up like, no.
That dude just ran out of the ring.
I was right. He is there tonight. Should have just kept my mouth shut. It was a little too soon. With I guess Brock's not here tonight. Oh, wait, Brock looks significantly. He's lean. He looks a lot
He's
better.
leaking off the fucking steroids.
Definitely, he looks better.
He looks healthier, but he's off the roids. That's why. He has to be. How does this put Reigns? We've seen this. Like, a different angle. Something. Like, it ends up the same.
We haven't seen Roman Reigns get pepper sprayed. That was a little one.
Oh, for real.
Roman Reigns, he can't see, he's defenseless, he can't fight. Brock Lesnar locking it in and trying to take out Reigns. And that's sick Heyman looking out of the background as Brock Lesnar is putting Reigns to sleep. Reigns is out. Roman Reigns is completely lifeless right now. Somebody's got to do something about this. Brock Lesnar and all that fucking assault of Roman Reigns.
No F5?
What a setup.
Unbelievable. Paul Heyman would have planned the entire time.
Guys, we're going to do the next question during commercial break. Should be any second.
But I'll admit it, Paul Heyman had me convinced.
Get me convinced. I'm sitting knee to knee with the man.
And everybody convinced. And the bottom line is, how can you not look at this except as a cowardly attack by Brock Lesnar?
So,
Reigns is defenseless.
if Ambrose comes back tonight, let's say Rollins wins the IC title at SummerSlam, they both come out and help him out without Lesnar coming back.
I would say no, just because I'm assuming they want Roman to win clean. For like a moment, yeah, that'd be awesome. But I think that's what they would want. And I'm
Well, they could do
I'm
the-
not completely sold Roman is
They
going to win.
they could do the moment afterwards if they wanted to. They could do the moment
They could do
they
it where,
come out.
know how they could do it? They could do it where Roman wins, and then Owens or Strowman tries to cash in. They come out and they prevent that from happening. And then you end with those. Well,
Then you have to do that with Owens. It doesn't sell with Strowman.
I would agree with that. And I think Owens should win that, just because I don't get Braun Strowman being Money in the Bank winner.
I don't either. I agree with you there.
Like I said, I'm not sold that Brock loses at SummerSlam.
You did. But if he doesn't, what a shaft, a guy that they could actually do something with. If he wasn't there. Like, he's right. If he was never a thing, would Roman Reigns be as hated?
Yeah. I don't think it has anything to do with Lesnar. If anything, he would probably be more hated because he'd be champion a bunch of times.
That's how John Cena was.
John Cena was hated for a long time.
Yeah, but not when he initially won. He was hated after.
Yeah, but you got to remember, Roman was getting booed at the Royal Rumble that he won to go face
Because of
Brock.
Daniel Bryan. Because
Well, I know, but I'm saying I don't think Brock being there has any effect on it. I don't. Like, let's say Brock wasn't the
I
champion.
think it does at this point.
I don't really think it does at this point. I don't think the majority of these people hate Roman. I think they just it's the cool thing to do is to boo him.
I think they hate the booking.
Well, yeah, that's what they do.
I think they
I
hate.
think the majority of people hate Bryan.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think the fact that
Seems unnecessary to point that out. But
that Roman has to come out every week and do basically by himself, like kind of be the Universal Champion, but not be the Universal Champion every week.
I think people would bitch more if he had been champion, say, 3 times over the past year and a half.
Yeah, year and a half, yeah.
He was 3 times. He was champion 3 times in 6 months.
I know, and people hated it. So, I mean, kind of proved my point. Anyways, we got the next question.
All right, so the next question. So we've gone over who was in the original Hart Foundation, and we've gone over who was in the the new Hart Foundation. So the next question is for the last person that goes into the Fatal 4-Way is who is the last living member of the Hart Foundation?
Jericho just put this on his Instagram.
He's another dungeon guy.
Last of them, really.
Where did Jericho put?
It's a picture of celebrating Neidhart.
Boom, Will's in it.
Write it down. Now I want to answer D'Angelo's question because I thought it was a good question. Are they putting feelers out to see how the fans will respond to Roman aligning with Heyman?
So 1 second.
Saki. And I think that's a fair question, D'Angelo.
What's the question? I'm sorry. I was right.
Are they putting out feelers to see how fans would respond to Roman and Heyman aligning together?
I don't think that's what that was. I think they wouldn't have done that the Monday before SummerSlam. But the only way you can do that is if you turn him heel. And the only way you do that...
Well, before you cut that off. No, I'm just throwing some news to you, then you can react to it. The advertisements for house shows in like October moving past are Braun Strowman versus Roman Reigns. Which, sure, they could do babyface versus babyface, but they typically don't do that. So a lot of there's speculation online, Meltzer was already talking about it, that could be an early indication of one of them turning heel. And if you were to guess which one would turn heel, you would assume it's not going to be Braun, who is probably their top babyface right now.
True. But if you're going to turn him heel, then you have earlier in the night in SummerSlam, and I'm throwing stuff out there right now. I don't know. If you're going to do it, you have that happen. Like have Ambrose come back, Rollins wins the IC, then you have Roman wins the title, and then what you said, let him win it straight up, do whatever. And then Braun comes out, and then the Shield fucks it up.
And the Shield all heels?
No. And then Roman turns, and Roman's the heel. And then you're like, well, you have a guy, and then Paul Heyman comes out. I don't know, because...
Well, Paul Heyman will already be out. He'll be ringside.
I mean, Paul Heyman comes out like on Monday saying that... I don't... Like, how do you work that?
I don't think you have to turn him heel to put him with Heyman.
Because Heyman's over. Yeah. They love Heyman.
I know. That's what I'm saying. I don't think you have to turn him heel. Because, I mean, technically speaking, from a pure booking standpoint, right? In this match, you have Brock Lesnar, who is, booking-wise, a heel. Roman Reigns is a babyface. So, technically, it would be Paul Heyman turning babyface to help the babyface beat the heel. So, it wouldn't be a heel turn purely off of just logical booking.
So, you think if they're going to do the... You can go ahead. If they're going to do the Shield reunion, they're the baby faces, and then somehow they turn again. And then they turn Braun Strowman into I don't know. I don't know how that works. Like,
It'd just be the Shield be the Shield were babyface team last year when they reunited. It'd just be with Paul Heyman as their mouthpiece. And it'd only be for a short period of time. You know what I mean? Like, it'd be 4 months tops.
until somebody turns.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be commercial break here, guys.
It's not.
A cut in.
Whatever. I don't need to care. Why don't you watch this match? So I think it could work.
It could. What if he went with Dean after that?
What then? When Dean turns heel, Heyman goes with him.
Yeah,
Be fine with it. I don't know. All I'll just say is
Dean doesn't need a mouthpiece.
That's not what I meant.
But here's the thing, the
like-
same thing. CM Punk didn't need a mouthpiece, but Heyman went with him, and it was fantastic. You can make it work, and it'd still be really good, and they both get their mic time because they've done it with Punk and Heyman.
They've done it with lots of guys like that. Like,
And honestly, Dean, before he got hurt, there was a run there. I did not think he was very good on the mic.
I mean, we're a year away from Mojo Rawley winning the title.
It's unbelievable. You know what? I'm glad that China stood up for everybody. There's so many hardworking people here at WWE. So for everyone thinking
Like, when Dean comes back, which could be in about 40 minutes, I really
How
hope
long it is?
I really hope we see a new Dean Ambrose. I'm not talking about a heel. Dean to me was getting so stale. It was like the same shtick for like 2 years, and I didn't like the shtick. Like, he was trying to be like cool guy Fonzie, and like it just I
You mean
didn't.
the stick when Brock wouldn't have an actual match with him? That kind of stick?
That's not on him. I'm not doing anything about his matches. I'm talking about his wrestling persona. Like, it just wasn't.
Well, if he comes back then, like tonight with the Shield, he's not going to be a different guy.
I'm not saying I don't want to say he has to have a completely new character, but like I just want to see a more serious Dean Ambrose. Like original Shield Ambrose wasn't trying to crack jokes and act like he was a cool guy. You know, like he's the lunatic fringe, and he wasn't doing anything that was like crazy or weird or like he was just acting like a normal human being for the most part that said weird, stupid things that weren't funny. Be original Dean Ambrose in the Shield, and I'm content. Just thinking of the episode of The Office where Andy has to do the.
And earlier today, we lost a WWE legend. Jimmy Angelo Neidhart passed away at the age of.
So you think he goes in the Hall now this year?
Up next, he'll celebrate.
Not
the
on
life
his own.
of the
I don't know. Dying a lot of times does help.
No, on his own. No, he's been part of tag teams and factions. I could see him maybe putting the original Hart Foundation tag team, him and Brett in there. I really could see that more than the Hart Foundation. Like the second one. Because it was so short. The second one, God, if there was no screw job and all that, and Bret didn't leave, which was stupid. Love Bret Hart to death, but that was stupid. And they got to keep going. That faction was so good for like a year.
To answer your question, Will, I think she's been doing fine. Honestly, I haven't been paying too much attention to the commentary.
Do I talk this?
What are you talking about? I haven't been paying too much attention to the commentary between watching the matches and talking to you guys. It's hard to pay attention to everything. But from the little parts that I've kind of caught, I think she's been doing a fine job.
bold flavor that brings the heat.
Yeah, I don't have any complaints. I mean,
Already fused 2 Pop-Tarts together.
I noticed that I dislike Coach more than
4 Pop-Tarts together. With this.
anything, but I've
Well,
enjoyed this.
The key with any new commentators, you gotta be there for a while before you can really judge. I mean, unless you're just terrible. But like I remember when JBL first started. I really enjoyed JBL's commentary, and after about 6 months, I was done with JBL.
Maybe you should take that
His
pen
stick wore
and use
thin
it to
on
sign
me.
up with a different insurance company.
Renee Young's a little bit different because she doesn't really have a stick.
Yeah, she doesn't have a stick. She's just talking.
Because
Yeah.
of their first accident. Mutual insurance.
I think, and I know that Michael Cole's not going anywhere, but I would like a Monday where Michael Cole's on vacation. And it's Corey Graves and Renee Young.
There was a report out like I don't know, probably like 2 years ago, maybe even less than that, a year ago, that Michael Cole really wanted to get off commentary and move into like a backstage producer role. And Vince was just like, no, I don't have anybody else that can do what you do.
He's been, like, I watched stuff from 1998 today. He's been there for a long time.
The problem is like while Corey Graves is really good, he cannot do what Michael Cole does very good.
Where he sells it. He
No,
sells
but
what Vince wants him to sell.
no, I'm talking about that. Michael Cole is the guy who is essentially describing the match almost. Like Seth Rollins with the curb stomp, or like Corey Graves isn't good. I don't think Corey Graves would be good at doing that.
Yeah.
And like that's what JR did to an extent. Cole was, or King was just there to like for the color. So I don't think they really don't have anybody that does it very well. They've got the guy, I can't remember his name, on SmackDown, and he's okay, but he's not Michael Cole. Morrow does it well, but they don't like Morrow, and Morrow can't really handle the travel, and that's why he like quit before, because I guess it got to be too much for him. That's why NXT's a nice little fit for him.
It's
a lot less stressful.
Is presented by Control GX, the first shampoo that gradually reduces gray.
So what's our filler going to be? Because we got one thing left.
And then the contract signing. I mean,
It's got to be Bailey
Sasha most likely.
Alright, well, I'm going to take a nap. You wake me up when Bailey Sasha's over.
We haven't got. Well, your girl might be on wrestling in her first match back.
It's possible. Then I'll perch back up.
Triple H, the smartest superstar.
What is this commercial for?
Shampoo?
Okay.
For Triple H?
No, they're doing the Neidhart tribute right now. They just said that.
News earlier today. The WWE legend Jim Neidhart passed away at the age of 63. Tonight, we celebrate the life of the man known as the Anvil.
The WWE family is saddened by the passing of Jim Neidhart, affectionately known to the WWE Universe as the Anvil. A world-class athlete, Jim set high school records in the shot put that stood for over a decade, and earned a full scholarship to UCLA. Neidhart's physical acumen caught the eye of legendary promoter Stu Hart, and while training at the famed Hart Dungeon, Jim found love both in wrestling and in life, as he would marry Stu's daughter, Ellie. Jim would gain global popularity by joining WWE in 1985. That's where he teamed up with his brother-in-law, WWE Hall of Famer Bret Hitman Hart, to form the iconic Hart Foundation. The greatest team in wrestling, the Hitman Anvil. The combination of the Hitman's technical
they were
prowess
heels.
and the Anvil's brute strength dominated the tag team division.
Well, they wore pink.
And their extraordinary connection with the audience has made them one of the most memorable tandems in WWE history.
They don't pay me to fit. They pay me to be tough like an Anvil. Down, Anvil. Settle down.
So many funny memories of Jim being that crazy loud guy that he was on TV. That's Jim Neidhart.
Neidhart's success added to the prestige of the Hart family legacy. But he took the most pride in the accomplishments of his daughter, Natty, who has been a driving force in WWE's women's evolution.
You know how much I love you?
How much?
A ton.
To fans, Jim will always be remembered for his trademark goatee and signature laugh. But to those who knew him, he was a loving father, husband, and family man.
Yeah, Tampa Bay Lightning. All right.
To entertain.
Oh no, I should be taken out of this.
I just want to say I saw Birds 30 years from now in that crowd. That old man.
Natty being one of my closest friends from WWE. I know what an amazing father and husband he was to their family.
And our thoughts and prayers go out to Natalia and the entire family here tonight. Speaking of the Hart Foundation, who will ever forget their classic tag team match at SummerSlam 1990? World Tag Team titles on the line against Demolition. And our latest installment of SummerSlam comes your way this Sunday. And it streams live on the WWE Network. Special start time, 7 Eastern, 4.
That was a smooth transition, Michael Cole. That's why he makes big bucks.
SummerSlam is free to new subscribers. But before SummerSlam, we kick things off a little bit early with the SummerSlam kickoff show. The action all starts there. Very special start time, 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 Pacific. When they start
5.
Barclays Center. Because of what just happened, we just got breaking news that the Revival will take challenge the Big Raw.
Yeah, we're not doing a pre-show, by the way.
Thank God.
Oh yeah, guys, we probably should have talked about this earlier. Immediately after SummerSlam on Sunday, Bill and I will be doing a live reaction show, review show, whatever you want to refer to it as. So definitely make sure you guys come right after SummerSlam and check that out.
Yeah, we'll be on right after SummerSlam. We'll hit the live button and we'll give our reactions.
Yeah, that's a new match they announced.
I saw that.
Alright, they're just recapping here. So as the Hart Foundation, Mark, what do you think of their overall memoriam to Jim the...
I thought they hit everything that he actually did and meant to WWE. His laugh was what they said it was signature. Like that high pitched kind of ha ha ha. And what everybody remembers is, the goatee.
Yeah.
And if you haven't gone back and watched any of them, I don't know if you guys are the type of people that are going to go back and watch old matches out of context, but some of the stuff him and Bret Hart did when it was like the glory age of WWF tag teams with the Road Warriors, Nasty Boys, Demolition, Bushwhackers, the Hart Foundation, the Rockers with Shawn Michaels, the British Bulldogs with Dave Boy Smith and Dynamite Kid. Those guys, those matches they're just insane. They started what tag team wrestling is that now. The hot tags, all that. He was part of it. And that to me, I'm sad. I'm legit sad that he died. Now, when Bret dies, if we're still doing this, I won't be sitting here. I will be absolutely inconsolable. But I think they did it right.
Any saltiness they didn't do the 10 bell salute?
Not really. I think they do that for.
Who's the last guy that did it for? Was it Vader?
No, they didn't do it for Vader. They threw a thing up.
Well, they just did
Bruno.
one recently, didn't they?
They did Bruno.
Bruno died a long time ago.
No, it was a guy that was a
I
champion.
felt like there was just one like a couple weeks ago.
No, they didn't do it for Vader. Vader didn't get it, and
There was a show
we
where
had a
everyone
whole
was out and
conversation.
it was something. I know they just recently did one like within the past like
Well, Google who recently died.
I don't know.
It wasn't Vader.
Help us out here in the chat, guys. Do you remember who this was?
Yeah, who the last 10 bell salute was?
I don't know how to Google that. Because I feel like everything I do right now is just going to come up for Neidhart.
Just Google.
Oh, it should be on the Voice of Wrestling.
It wasn't Vader because we talked about how if it was Vader, then yeah. Based on their WWE time, yeah. Because Vader won a title in WWE. Got shafted.
Is Kevin watching something on his phone while he's cooking?
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
Yep. This is exactly what we thought. So we got Sasha and Bayley.
No, it wasn't Piper. Piper was 3 years ago. All right,
There's been a lot of people who died recently. It was somebody that. It was an old timer.
At Burger King, get 2 of these delicious sandwiches for just $6.
Kevin.
Like our flavor grilled Whopper.
Who was the last? They didn't give a 10 bell salute to Vader, right?
Chicken or spicy crispy chicken. It's the 2 for $6 mix of
They
But
did one
but
recently.
They've done one recently. Who was it?
I feel really bad. No, not Dusty or Warrior. I'm talking recently, guys. Within the past, 2 months.
Yeah, within the past 2 months.
All the cars. Old cars. Yes, new car. Oh yeah, sports car. Indeed. A big old.
It was an old timer that had been like a.
I don't know. Purple.
It was a guy they showed in black and white. I know that.
Was it Koloff? They didn't do that for him. For Volkov.
Did,
It was
did they?
Volkov.
Yeah, it was.
They did one for Volkov?
Yeah, I figured.
Oh, probably because he's a WWE Hall of Famer. You have to. Hall of Famers. It's like in their contract.
Was it Volkov?
It must have been.
I
Yeah.
gotta pee. I can't hold anymore.
Volkov or Brian Christopher, because they died on the.
No, they never did anything for Brian Christopher.
No, I think they mentioned it.
They mentioned it, but
Yeah, it was Ivan Koloff. I'm pretty confident that's who it was.
No, Koloff. It's Volkov.
Huh?
Yeah, Koloff. Yeah, Koloff.
Yeah. That's who I was thinking of. Like I was gonna say, I remember them doing one recently. I just can't remember who it was. But yeah, that's who it was. It was Volkov. All right, we figured it out, guys. The brain trust over here figured it out.
My brother just got my dad to open up this bottle of Jamaican rum they've had at the house since before I was born.
Jesus.
He said at least 83. And I've always been saying I want to drink that rum. Yeah, but he just kept sending me images. That's why I went to the bathroom to watch it. Images. They cracked it open. It was so old when they cracked the top open, the cork just broke.
Did it go into the rum?
A little bit, yeah. They had to pick it out when they poured their drink.
You should have just got a strainer if they have them.
I don't think they were thinking that. They just wanted to rub it in my face at that point.
So why now?
Because I always sit there and talk about. There was a time when I was living at home when I came back from Korea, where my dad was just like, some of this liquor in here you can just drink if you want. And so I drank some of it, and some of it was from 20 years ago. My brother was fucking furious at it because I just got to drink all this old delicious liquor. So now he's getting back at me by drinking this bottle of rum I never drank.
How did they say it was?
I mean, they both said it was good.
What?
But I found out that my dad was called. They put it in the Coast Guard yearbook the year I graduated. He's the master of the Roman Coast, apparently.
Huh.
That's my dad.
is that an actual military ranking?
I guess.
What did we watch today? Somebody was the
Back from commercial here. We're gonna get a Sasha
Stu
Bailey
Hart.
match.
Stu Hart was a master of athletics in the Navy or whatever Navy base he was at. That's how he started.
Stu's not alive, right?
No.
He also brought bears
Yeah.
to the farm.
They had a wrestling bear live in their basement for 3 months in the summer. In their basement.
Oh, you're gonna do what you gotta do. There's your girl.
That is my girl. 2 of my girls.
Ooh, she's right wrestling.
I think Ruby's legs got a little bit bigger. A little strong. That one leg looks bigger than the other.
It's probably a knee brace.
Looks bigger than the other.
I think she. Look,
She got Tanner.
We're able to overcome their differences. The truth
from
is,
following her on Instagram,
along with things are going
if I had to pick a chick, and I understand this is the entire portion or point of the Riot Squad, to piss my mom off, I would take Ruby Riot home.
Well, yeah, I mean, that would
And
be
I wouldn't,
I don't know where you were going with that.
but she's kind of hot.
There's times where I feel like she looks like a bird. Jesus, Bill. Got the chair?
No.
You gotta put some WD-40 on there?
Oh, that's bad. This is all payback. You sit down. You sit down. You sit down. You wear it.
Where you could have gotten out. Frankly, I'm surprised you didn't think of that.
Because I don't want to sacrifice the stream,
You're
Brian.
supposed to just breathe it in and own it. That fucks him over being a bad third. You just walked away, made him look like he's a great
Actually, I was
player
one
in
of
the
the
world.
part, so now I'm part over here.
All right, so the Riot Squad's getting in with Sasha, as I'm the only one sitting here talking about this. Ruby Riot's first match back since she's been injured. She made an appearance last week.
Come back now.
Oh.
You take Carmella to piss your mom off?
We have different moms.
Yeah, you probably do.
Oh, you might want to get up for that one.
Nope.
I tried to
Sit
hold
here.
it. I tried to
I'm
hold
going
it.
to sit
in.
here because this is what we do.
I tried to hold
If you
it.
want to sit here and if you want to walk away and be selfish, Brian, that's your own choice.
That's fine. I'll be the heel in this group. In this stream.
Ruby Riot said that, look at Sasha. Banks gonna flow with a baseball slide. Ruby ducked out of the way. Oh! Caught that kick. To the face. That'll break the nose.
And how devastated Liv and Sarah were with Sarah being gone.
That looked
Ruby
awful.
taking advantage of the distraction. Oh no! Banks in trouble. Ruby's
That one hanging on it.
continues.
That looked better, but I mean, when she initially fell. Didn't look great. Alright. Are we not going to commercial? They were.
With disdain.
Nope, we're not. Alright.
Thought we were too.
Yeah, I really.
I was
Michael
right there with
Cole.
you.
Michael Cole was setting up like we were.
No, we got to go to commercial 3
This is a
times
one
during
match.
the final
This
set.
is a one segment match, and you know it.
I would have. If I had to guess, I would have said that. But I mean, Bill was there with me. Like,
You gotta give 15 minutes to lead up Ambrose. All right.
if they don't have Ambrose come out, I'm really confused.
Then I'm going to give my ranking during the contract signing, and I'm going to bed.
Like, that's the only. That's the
That's
only
all they
reason
got.
you do that, right? Like, that's the only reason you put that in the main event. And especially because like you could have easily ended Raw with that Roman Reigns segment and Paul Heyman.
It would have been okay.
It would have been fine. You leave Roman laid out, Brock standing tall, Heyman doing his creepy happy face in the background.
So the Riot Squad can become the future of the women's division.
Crowd is dead for this match.
Future is female.
Now Ruby again. Look at her work on the bad hand and arm of Sasha Banks. Great technique here by Ruby. She's dominating
But
as Raw continues live.
Okay,
Oh,
now we're.
now a commercial.
I feel like the longer they wait to announce the women's tag team division, the more it hurts the Riot Squad. Because they're just treading water right now. They're not really doing anything. Except losing matches to Bayley and Sasha.
I feel like that was on the horizon. Like, they brought in the two factions, right? And then all of a sudden, Ruby got hurt. Paige is never wrestling again.
Well, Ruby wasn't hurt when they debuted the Riot Squad.
Well, neither was Paige.
Paige got hurt like 2 weeks after it.
Yeah, she got hurt 2 weeks after it, and then they started fumbling right after that. And then Ruby got hurt, and then they really didn't know what to do. So, if you're going to do this, do it, but
you act like Ruby was hurt that long. She was off TV for what, like 3 weeks?
Yeah, longer than that. It's been like
It's been a couple months.
four or five. It hasn't been
Definitely not a couple months.
It's been 4 or 5. She hasn't been on TV. But still, that in the wrestling world, it's a long time. I mean, that's a pay-per-view.
Actually, but the Riot Squad debuted like this time last year on SmackDown. Close to it, probably.
No.
I'll look it up.
No, because Paige has been.
They didn't debut at the same time.
It was within a week. It was within 2 weeks.
I think one debuted on Monday Night Raw, the other one debuted on SmackDown the night after.
Yeah, it was close.
November. So around this time. I mean, a couple months. Well, obviously, they debuted last November, and like they haven't really done anything. I mean, Riot had one championship match on SmackDown against Charlotte, I believe.
Yep.
Lost. And that was quick after they debuted, if I'm remembering correctly. Like within 2 months.
I wasn't saying no like I wasn't like I'm thinking. They've switched since. They didn't start on where they are.
Yeah, no, they were on SmackDown. That's why I was talking about Charlotte. Charlotte was on SmackDown.
But it was like
they came over in the draft.
They did.
Jacob.
Thank you, Jacob.
Yeah, they came over, but they were like on Raw and then on SmackDown.
They were just on Raw.
They came over in this.
They came over the shake-up and they were on Raw. They haven't been on SmackDown since then.
But they debuted. I don't understand.
They debuted on SmackDown, and then they came over to Raw as part of the Superstar Shake-up.
Yeah, okay. That's why I remember the debut.
That was on SmackDown.
That's not what you just said.
This is what I said. They debuted on SmackDown, and then they came over to Raw in the Superstar Shake-up. They've only been on Raw since April.
Yeah, and the shake-up is normally right after Mania, right?
That's April. Yeah.
Yeah, so they were on there. When did they debut on SmackDown?
November.
Yeah, November, December, January, February, March. Like, they were on the other show for a while.
I know, and they didn't really do anything over there either. That's my point. They haven't really done anything since they debuted.
What do you define as done anything?
Like, they just have matches. There's no story there. It's just matches. There's no feud.
They had a story with Charlotte, but it was like 3 SmackDowns and then, okay, Charlotte's going to go do this.
That's kind of my point.
They have relevance on TV. That's why they're still around.
I mean, like, to me, they have relevance on TV to a slightly more extent than Titus Worldwide. All they do is lose matches for the most part.
We're not going to lose here. Or that.
Sure about that?
Yeah. Ruby's not going to beat Sasha.
Oh, Tron, yeah. I thought you said she would. They're not. I thought, okay. I thought you were saying they're going to win here.
No.
Can you believe that?
That's what they mean. Like, you know, I like the Riot Squad overall.
Yeah.
But they're just not. If they have a women's tag team division, then they get something to do. Like, right now, they just don't have anything to do. Right now, they're there to make this stupid tag team of Sasha and Bailey look good. Oh, shit. She actually won.
You actually thought the person who came back from injury was going to lose their first match?
You say that like
You say that like this is Dean Ambrose's first match back. Ruby Riott.
She literally cost Sasha a match last week against those two right there.
but this proves Burns' point. What are they doing here with those two if there's no tag team with them?
They should be like the New Day of the women's tag team division, where they're
Yes.
just interchanging. One week it's Sarah Logan and Ruby, the next week it's Ruby Riott and Liv wrestling for the titles. Like,
I would love that.
but like they're just not doing anything because that's the problem when you have one belt in a women's division and you have so much talent. They have a lot of talent in the women's division right now. Like any three of those girls 10 years ago would have been the best wrestler in the division. Easily. And now those are like three of your
TV.
Yeah, any word on Seth Rollins? No side of this. Thank you. Wow, Kurt. One of Raw's biggest matches
Shut up.
at SummerSlam
God, I hate him.
may not happen. You know, because you waited to the
Do you
last
think he
minute
doesn't
to make
get a
decision.
new vest every week for
Something's not
Heat?
gonna be happening.
No, I think I just noticed.
It's not a Constable problem. It's a Kurt Angle problem. All you do is make matches.
It was,
You
Will.
can't even
That
do
was
right.
very good about. What was that? Sasha hit that? Yeah.
Do you want to do this during the commercial?
Do what during the commercial?
Never mind. We always do it.
Yeah, because some people may not be here and don't want to mess that up. All right, contract signing supposedly up next.
It
We'll
makes it
see.
sound like there's so many people.
I'm just saying, but like I haven't seen Chris in there. I haven't seen Saki in a while. They know to come back at the end, so can't be mixing it up. It's not fair to them. If you want to go to bed, you can go to bed. I can handle the last 18 minutes. Yeah. Yeah, they need a women's tag team division. That's what we're just going to roundabout point of getting there. You've got enough women that you can do it.
You pull it off. And it seems like that's where they're going. They're not going towards like a lower card title.
I think they
something like
have
that.
them. I think they have everything in place. They're just like SummerSlam is already too packed, and we're already. I think we get some sort of tournament that leads into Evolution, and I think that's when the new champions will be crowned as at Evolution.
I think you have a tournament for it, and I think they do it at Survivor Series.
They could. I just think that
I think they do it at a big WWE non-Evolution pay-per-view. And that's...
they could, but my argument against that would be they need matches for Evolution.
They have 2 title matches. They have
3.
the...
Both Raw and SmackDown and NXT will be defended on the Evolution.
And the Mae Young Classic.
Yeah, that's 4.
So you have 4 matches. And the UK Women's. That's 5. Depending on... They're going to throw a Battle Royal in there.
I wish they wouldn't, but I know they will.
But they're going to.
They will. And I'm assuming that they're going to do this like a normal men's pay-per-view, and it's 3 to 4 hours. I don't think they're going to do a 2-hour show just because it's all women.
But they could do 3 to 4 hours with those matches.
They
With the
could,
women.
but that's not their style. I mean, a couple matches have to go 30-plus minutes then.
But it's not SummerSlam, WrestleMania. It's not, like... I'm not trying to discredit what's going on.
You know, all their pay-per-views now are at least 4 hours. That's why they move them all up to 7. So if they're going with that template, that it's 4 hours, you name 6 matches. And obviously they'll have non-title matches, clearly. But I'm thinking you got to at least get to 10. Including a Battle Royal. So you have 9 non-Battle Royal matches. I'm assuming a couple of those matches will be tag team matches. To get, like well, maybe not. I mean, maybe not. If they are going to do a Battle Royal, you can fit everybody in there.
You got to think about the old timers coming back too.
Yeah, if they want to do like Mickie James, Trish Stratus, I'll be all for it. You know what I mean? Or if they wanted to do like Ruby Riott versus Lita, like that, I'd be all for it.
How come Mickie James gets the classic match, but Lita?
Because who's Lita going to fight?
Trish Stratus.
I don't think they'd want to do that. Like, I think they'd want to put people that are on the roster versus people who are not on the roster.
Yeah, but
I don't know that Trish and Lita can put on like a quality. They're not, they haven't really wrestled a match. Like the Rumble's not really wrestling. It's a couple spots.
When's the last time that Mickie James went at it?
But Mickie James is wrestling every week. I mean, I don't know what she's doing on live events. Maybe
every week. We just talked about why she wasn't here.
She's got a bang. I don't think she has any kind of major injury. She was on Raw like last week or the week before. I mean, if she has an injury, I don't think it's serious. I haven't read anything about that. Kevin, have you read anything on your website about a serious Mickie?
I don't think anybody cares.
For Mickie.
I know that I've heard she's a little bit injured.
I would do a Lita, Mickie James, Trish Stratus triple threat match.
You wouldn't want to see like Lita versus Ruby Riott, and Ruby Riott goes over.
Why? Because they both have tattoos.
Yeah, that's how WWE books things.
That doesn't mean I want to see it. That doesn't do anything for me.
Why does that do anything for you? You're a Ruby fan.
I am, but
that would be her going over.
I don't care if she randomly
signed this contract to compete for the Intercontinental Championship at SummerSlam. I'd like to
Mickie and Trish was Trish's best feud. Wasn't her best rival. It was her best feud.
Yeah. It was her best rival.
No. Lita, there's no arguing Lita's her best rival. But two women that have not legitimately wrestled a match in over 10 years, I'm not booking them in a match.
Yeah, but you're the person who always says there's no build up. The reason why the feud worked was because Mickie was a psycho.
So what build up would they do for Lita and Trish?
Let it happen. Let
what
them go.
Difference is it with Mickie and Trish then? I don't understand your argument. It's the same match. If there's no build, I'm not saying you don't build it. You can build it.
They're not going to.
I'm not saying they would. You don't. To be someone that has that much history, you don't need to build that. I'm fine with it.
Well, Lita and Trish,
it's just like the old school
Lita
ECW.
and Trish have that much history.
I know they do. But again, you're missing my main point of I don't want to put two people in a ring and tell them go have a 10-minute match.
Do you think they would actually do that? Like they wouldn't be in shape? They wouldn't go.
Being in shape is one thing, and wrestling an entertaining match is completely other.
You're
thing.
talking like they would just show up that night and be like, oh, "Okay, let's go do this."
I'm not saying that, but I'd rather have someone in there that's wrestling week in and week out and can just carry the match.
Then I would rather see Alexa Bliss
This is Don. Let's call
and Trish Stratus.
That's fine.
Kurt, do any of us look
The
like
reason
we
that
were
is because
born
Mickie
yesterday?
teased that match already on social media, and Trish responded to it. That's why I'm saying that match specifically.
You literally cannot afford to lose another. And I'm willing to believe.
Caitlyn? Yeah, Chris, she's already wrestled at the Mae Young Classic. I think she lost in the semis or quarterfinals. But yeah, she's in the Mae Young Classic.
Just to protect your job.
Now, if you guys would have waited another minute, I was about to introduce the two of you.
Yeah, sure you were, Kurt. Listen. Do I have to defend this title on Sunday or not? Because if not, I could probably still step over to Caroline to do a stand-up set. I don't care.
You know what? Your opponent for this Sunday, Seth Rollins.
Why would you put yourself in that position, Kurt? You know he's not there.
But he's gonna be.
No, it's gonna be Lunatic Fringe.
Can't sign for it.
What?
He's the advocate.
I said that earlier.
Gentlemen, I introduce to you Seth
I don't remember.
Rollins.
I said that like
I'll give you
2 hours ago.
I'll give you credit. I don't remember it.
All right, that's it. This is over. Kurt, you knew he was never
You said he
coming
can't
out.
sign for him.
He's not coming out. Call it. We're
Well,
done.
he still can't. Even if
To
he's
be
the advocate.
fair, considering the beatings we've inflicted on Seth, his little
Seth gave him
travel
power of
issues
attorney.
could be-
Power of attorney.
He didn't get away from us
Attorney.
fast enough. That seems like a good reason
That's
to me.
true. That's honestly, Kurt, I'm hurt and I'm disappointed, but I'm not surprised. You see, Seth Rollins was a great champion. And I emphasize was. You see, because there's nothing you can Google, there's no blueprint to figure this out. He can't beat us, so he quit.
This may surprise you and everybody here, but we respect Seth Rollins. This alliance was formed to bring change and eradicate complacency. And I've got news for everyone in the back. If you're fortunate enough to make it to Monday Night Raw, that is when the hard work begins. You gotta outwork everyone around you, hoping to ascend to the top and grab that brass ring. And some of you seem to think if you get here, that is you made it. You can just coast by, and that is why we respect Seth Rollins every single week.
I feel like Drew McIntyre just described who he
is
used to
the
be.
best, which made us work even harder
No,
to
he-
prove
he's
that
a
we
good
were that much better. And in the end, Seth Rollins was the architect of his own downfall.
Also, how pissed would people be? I'm taking this idea from
You
Chris.
see,
If it wasn't Dean Ambrose that come out, it was Jason Jordan.
Oh, that'll feel
too
good.
hard.
Oh, go walk, Todd.
I wouldn't
Every
blame
night
you.
he walked down that aisle. He wore his heart on his sleeve. He busted
I don't
his
think
ass
anyone's coming
for
out. I
the
think it's just Seth. That's
WWE
it.
Well, no, there's enough time.
It's a one-way
Not really, it's 11:03.
street,
Yeah, that's a good
brother.
point.
I know. I did it. I did it, Kurt.
The segment's clearly
They
going
forget.
past time. But
This fickle audience forgets. They love when Seth burns it down. Cheer all you want. You're making my point. But you forget. You forget you used to love when I stole the show.
it's true.
But it's
True,
all
true.
meaningless. It means nothing. Because the
So
second
late.
you feel slighted, the second that shiny object loses its luster, the second you feel the slightest bit of disappointment, you all turn your back. No? You did it to me. And you're going to turn your back on Seth. And you're going to turn your back on the next guy.
Yeah, I don't
and the
think Dean's
next
coming out
guy,
tonight.
And the next guy. And this vicious cycle will never end because of you.
This is awful.
It's easy to be around
It's a good
for
promo.
fun time.
It is,
Where the
but,
hell were you
like,
during the hard times?
Why did you build it up?
Now,
Like,
one of you stayed.
I just don't get why they
Not
put
one of
him.
you. And now
Put
for
this
the first
in the last
time
segment.
in my life,
See how it ends. You gotta give him time.
someone truly has my back. And I don't mean accompanies me to the ring, rides my coattails, and catches a paycheck. No. This psychopath eggs me on and pushes me to outdo myself. And this title every single night for the betterment of this company and the betterment of the entire world.
he's got an earpiece in.
I don't care. I don't care about any of you. I don't care about any of you. And I sure as hell don't care about stealing the show. Because we do whatever the hell we want. And we took the whole damn thing over.
Drink it in, man.
So, let's forego all the conclusions. Let's end all the formalities. Hand me that contract, and we will officially make it a Seth Rollins forfeit.
I mean, logically speaking, I feel like Seth still has 5 more days, 6 if you include Sunday, to sign the contract. I don't know why it has to be signed on Monday, but we'll overlook that for the time being. It's still mind-boggling to me how that Burn It Down just instantly made his theme music a million times better.
Oh, guys, look, I gotta apologize. I am sorry I'm late. That's not like me. I'm usually right on time. And I'm really sorry you guys had to sit through that Dolph Ziggler therapy session. Woof, right?
But my buddy who picked me up at the airport...
To be completely honest with you, I've been here for a little while. But I didn't want to come out here until Dolph had officially signed that contract, because Dolph, I was afraid you'd change your mind once you heard what I had to say.
Because Dean Ambrose is going to be in my corner at SummerSlam.
Exactly, said that clean.
The truth is, I was dealing with some travel issues. They weren't exactly my travel issues.
Uh-oh. God's getting excited.
And you know that little...
I hope Renee Young says something like, "Oh my God."
About,
I knew it.
Corner at SummerSlam,
That son of a bitch didn't tell me anything.
That was put there for a very particular reason. You see, I've kind of gotten sick and tired of dealing with you guys 2-on-1, and since I know you're going to have the Scottish psychopath in your corner at SummerSlam.
Psychopath and the Lunatic Fringe. Book that match.
I figure I ought to have a lunatic in mind.
Oh, look at that beard.
Oh, yeah. Oh, shake,
Shane's dead. Oh, my God.
yeah.
Ah, get it. Hold on, let Renee talk.
You got a little more jack.
Oh, yes. Throwing tables.
Look at it. He's a little more stacked up.
Let Renee say something for the love of God. He does look a lot more jacked. Oh, I know why they waited now.
Somebody's getting the dirty deeds.
Oh, right here.
Right
Dirty
here.
deeds.
Dirty deeds.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody kicks out of the dirty deeds.
Come on, Renee.
Welcome back to the asylum. The Lunatic Fringe is back, step facing official. It's SummerSlam Sunday, streaming live on the WWE Network.
Oh,
That's pretty good.
hold on. Do it, Dean. See, I want that Dean Ambrose. I want super serious, badass Dean Ambrose. Go ahead. All right, let's do a quick roll call. Saki the Sock Puppet, Chris, and David. Is that right?
We got David, Saki, Will, and Chris.
And Will. I know Will's here. I know Chris is here. Saki's back. Will's here.
So we're good.
Saki, let me know you're here.
Beep beep
Come on.
beep beep. All right. So,
Chris,
as you got,
Chris, are you here? Good.
as you guys know, we had the Hart Foundation as the entire theme of tonight, based on Jim the Anvil Neidhart. So what I want to know is how many total titles did the Hart Foundation win? The people you need to include in this are Brian Pillman, Jim the Anvil Neidhart, the British Bulldog, Owen Hart, and Bret Hart. How many titles, WWF titles, doesn't mean tag team, intercontinental, hardcore, whatever. How many did they win? It's a number.
Saki's 3. Will is 6. Chris is here, but he hasn't given his answer yet. So Saki, Will, again, their answers waiting on Chris and David. All right, David won. Yeah. I don't know if David's here. I'll let Chris get his guess in because he said here, so he should be here.
Chris, you got a guess, buddy?
How many total championships did the Hart Foundation win?
In WWF, all the championships, how many
None. There's
did...
his answer. And David, I'm assuming, is not here. Yeah, David's not here.
All right, so Jackson
Jackson wasn't one of them.
Oh,
He just answered it. He wasn't one of the guys in the match.
so Chris.
Yeah, Chris won.
Chris won. So Chris wins because he was actually in the match. Sorry, Jackson.
Retains the championship.
Retains the championship. The actual answer was 25. They won 25 total championships in the WWF.
There you go.
All right.
None of you were close. And I guessed something around the same, so I really can't say anything.
Yeah, I think you said 4.
No, I said 8.
8.
Yeah, Jackson, that's fine, Jackson. I knew who was in the match, so yeah, you're more than welcome to play along.
Sorry, my bad.
Raw rating,
I got
so you can get out of here.
my Raw rating. I'm putting this in the sense that it's a send-off show. It's going into SummerSlam, and I thought the last hour was good. I thought what they did, maybe the last hour and a half, what they did with Roman was good.
You
I
bitched
like-
about it more than that.
I bitched about it because Roman isn't that bad. He really isn't. It's just bad booking, and people don't want, like, if he would have come along more naturally, I guess. I don't think if it was Seth or Dean, there would be this issue. Does that make sense?
No, it wouldn't be.
I think that
It's because he was always the hand-picked guy.
he was the handpicked guy. But he's not that bad on the mic. He really isn't. And other than that, I don't really have anything else to say about that matter. But I think that the way it ended, pretty solid, but pretty basic. I'm going to give overall Raw a 3.2.
Jesus Christ,
Because it's
we are way opposite ends of the
because it's a send off. I don't I don't get it.
Okay. All right. I did not see that coming. This is the most opposite we've been in a while, maybe ever. So Raw tonight kicked off, I thought, with a good Ronda Rousey promo.
It did. Would that have happened without the death of Jimmy?
I have to go with what I see, not what would have been. The first hour wasn't great. I mean, Rousey's promo was good. Alexa's promo was good. But then after that, like the match with Bliss and Ember Moon wasn't bad. I mean, we got to see the Ember Moon finisher, which is always good. Always happy about that. The Roman Reigns stuff, it was really good in my opinion. I think they are teasing, and they were testing the waters on what a Roman Heyman pairing could be. And I disagree with you in terms of the ending. I thought it was actually really good. I thought we got a really good Dolph Ziggler promo. I thought we got a good McIntyre promo. And for me, surprise, or from someone coming back, it shouldn't be over. It shouldn't be elaborate. It should just be, this guy's back, big pop, kick a little bit of ass. And that's what I got. So for me, this Raw at a lot of high points. There's always going to be low points in Raw because it's a 3-hour show. It's just always going to happen. So I look at what the main segments are, and I thought we got a solid tag team championship match. I thought we got, I thought we got a good Roman Reigns segment. I thought we got a good Ronda Rousey segment. And I thought we got a good Dean Ambrose coming back, Seth Rollins, everybody involved there. I'm going 7.2 for this Raw.
Are you serious?
I enjoyed this Raw.
This is your highest rated Raw that we have ever watched?
I enjoyed this Raw. I thought they did a lot of good things. They moved storylines forward. That's what I like.
Okay.
I'm shocked that you went that low. I thought it was a pretty good episode. I thought it was a pretty good episode.
I thought maybe it was because I watched Attitude Era Raws all day.
That could be it. That could definitely sway your opinion.
That could be it.
But I thought it was a solid.
I didn't hate the Dean Ambrose comeback. I really didn't. I thought.
I mean, he gave the Raw
the way they did it.
A lot about it.
And I like Dolph, and his promo kind of seemed like exactly what Seth Rollins said it was bitching, which was exactly what it should have been.
The only way you make the Dean Ambrose better is Seth Rollins is getting his ass kicked.
And Dean
comes out. That's the only way you make it better because it makes the pop a little bit more unexpected and you get a little bit more emotion behind it because your guy's getting his ass kicked.
But let's face it, it's now's day and age. Everybody knows he's coming back.
Very few people had tonight. I will say that. Most people had SummerSlam or the night after SummerSlam. Some reports started coming out today, but I mean, for the most part,
if they start coming out the day of.
But they were real loose reports. Like, there wasn't many people. Like, it wasn't. I didn't see any report of Dean Ambrose spotted backstage.
God saw it.
God sees all.
God sees all. All right. Well, we are way different on this. Hopefully, SummerSlam is way better than a 3.2. I know that NXT will be.
Yeah, NXT will be great. But guys, as always, thank you so much for joining us tonight. If you like what we do here, hit that subscribe button. Check out all our content at The Voice of Wrestling, including our flagship show, The Voice of Wrestling, with Chris Cash and Nick Paglino, which you can check out here. Or you can check it out on Fight TV every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, or you can watch it on demand anytime after that. Like us on Facebook at The Voice of Wrestling, or just search for Voice of Wrestling on Facebook. We'll come up. Give us a like there. And definitely make sure you check out the site, voiceofwrestling.net, where we have all of our news, posts, editorials, lists, anything and everything you can want to know Voice of Wrestling wise is on there. Make sure you guys come back Sunday immediately after SummerSlam. We're going to be doing our review show.
Yeah, we'll be here.
And we'll be here next Monday for the all the aftermath of SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Thank you, Will. As always, I'm Brian Burns.
I'm Bill Thompson.
See you guys next week. Or see you on Sunday for SummerSlam post show.